Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Welcome to Russell's Spring Style. Our screen door says welcome to a beautiful selection of new apparel for men and women. The spring colors are bold and beautiful. Men, make your next suit or sport coat purchase easy with in-house alterations to assure a great fit. Ladies, it's Russell's for the best selection in dresses, tops, and slacks for most any occasion. Russell and Rhonda work hard to make Russell's in downtown Washington your shopping destination. It's all about you, our friends and customers at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
To keep your bodies active and engaged in the activities that you love, you need a good stretch. And at Bodies and Balance, that's the mission they follow to give you the best quality of life. The team at Bodies and Balance can create a stretch or massage program that is right for you, featuring aromatherapy, hot stones, hot towels, cupping, percussion, and myofascial work at no extra cost if requested. And don't forget to mention Pirate Radio and get your first massage for $1 per minute and your first stretch free. Call today at 916-4530 and check them out online at bodiesandbalance.com.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed.
Are you mad at me?
No.
Okay.
How long are you going to keep that going?
At least for today, I'm thinking beyond. Like, anytime something happens now, there's a cancellation, there's trouble in the area, Chandler has to miss a Friday due to something, I'm going to say, is there a brush fire off Wimbledon Drive? I'm sorry, that's just how I operate. I run things into the ground.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville. WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
It's me, Nancy Garcia.
Clip. Hey, man, good to see you, brother.
Excitement time.
Clam down! Clam down! Clam down! Clam down!
Pirates are going dancing, baby!
They picked us last. They picked us last. And now we're going dancing. We're going dancing.
How about those friggin' pirates?
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, welcome into a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. You can find us on 1250, 930. Online, pr927fm.com, and watch us on Facebook Live and YouTube. If you want to be a part of the show, you can get in with your questions and comments right now on Facebook and YouTube. You can send them via Twitter as well. Coming up on today's program, WNCT Channel 9's Ken Watlington will join us in about 30 minutes or so. Get you ready for a couple of games coming up tonight. One right here in Greenville as East Carolina takes on North Carolina in baseball, going for the season sweep over the Tar Heels as they will play at 5 o'clock. We'll talk to Ken about that. And game one of round two of the Stanley Cup playoffs, Hurricanes and Devils tonight, 7 o'clock in Raleigh. We'll talk about that with Ken later on this hour. Hour two, Patrick Mason, Daily Reflector, will join us on the way to Clark LeClaire. So we'll preview the Tar Heels and Pirates with Patrick Mason coming up at 4 o'clock. 4:30-ish, our resident Caniac, Brooks Hill, former Pirate Radio intern, now calls games, hockey games up in Binghamton. We'll talk some Canes and Devils and look around the Stanley Cup playoffs. At 5 o'clock, we'll talk to a former Pirate safety, Warren Saba, who now plays for the Michigan Panthers in the USFL. They got a game coming up this week on ABC that you can watch, or NBC, I should say. Warren Saba will join us coming up at 5 o'clock, and we'll be watching some Pirates and Tar Heels in the 5 o'clock hour as well. Feel free to join us and have a good time. Shirley Rhodes is here. Chandler Honeycutt's here. The big dog, Glenn Griffin, is here. And joining us to kick off today's show, special guest in studio, ECU women's head basketball coach Kim McNeill, who is still a part of our open as we come into the show every day. Great to hear Kim McNeill's voice, and great to have her in studio. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
We're doing great, and I thought maybe we should change the open, but that iconic, they picked us last. That'll never get old, and it's still awesome to hear.
Yeah, we had a recruiting weekend last weekend. I was down at Boo Williams, and I can't tell you how many coaches came up to me and was like, I felt that in my soul. Like, I've been picked last before, so I felt it. Like, that was a shout out to everybody. So, yeah, I think it's pretty iconic.
It is awesome. We got a lot to catch up on this offseason, but first, Coach, a great opportunity for girls in the area to learn the game of basketball and have fun coming up this summer with your basketball camp. So tell us about what you got planned.
Yeah, so we got 2 camps this summer. We've got our Pirate Day Camp. That'll be from ages kindergarten through 4th grade. They will actually go half of a day from 9 to 12. I find at that age that their attention span doesn't last too long. Mm-hmm. And then from 5th grade all the way up to 9th grade, they'll go all day. So from 9 to 4. And that camp is, learning the fundamentals, kind of kids that are just trying to get into it, learning the game. Our players will be around. Our whole coaching staff will be around. So we have a really good time at that camp. And then we have a shooting camp. This is new this year, a 2-day shooting camp. And this is for high schoolers, maybe a little bit more advanced. Want to sharpen up on some shooting skills, really focus on shooting techniques, things they can do at home. They will play a little 5-on-5, 3-on-3, and things like that, but we're really going to focus on sharpening up that stroke.
And for parents listening, want to get their girls involved, where can they sign up for that?
Yeah, you can go to our website, Kim McNeill Basketball Camps at ECU.com. All
right, simple enough, and get your daughter signed up and learn the game, but also, and I went to some of these camps, Coach, back in the day. It was great instruction, but also a lot of fun, just especially to be around the players. That's what I really enjoyed, and I know your girls enjoyed that as well.
Yeah, they love it. They love being around the kids. They love giving back to the community. We've done a lot of things here in this off season, but they're excited about it. Already asking, Coach, can I work camp? Can I work camp? Of course you can.
Good that you have that volunteering going on. All right, so busy off season for you. First of all, congratulations on the contract extension. That was awesome to see. There was a really cool picture of you talking on the phone after the championship win. And I remember at the time of that, I kind of transposed that with Tom Cruise from Jerry Maguire saying, "Show me the money," and John Gilbert, and folks were obviously listening and watching what this basketball team did and the program you're building. So well deserved, but that's awesome to see.
Yeah, it's been going on for a while now, but it was finalized last Friday. The Board of Trustees approved it, and it was a great day for the McNeill family, a great day for ECU women's basketball. That morning, I knew the board would sign up. We're going to discuss it, and so on the way to taking Gabrielle and Kaden to school, we're at a stoplight, and I said, "Hey guys, I got some good news for you." And Kaden was in the front, and I said, "Mommy may be getting her contract extension today." I thought he was going to jump out of the car. He was losing it, going, yeah. And Gabby's in the back seat looking like, well, what does that mean? And Kaden turned around and he was like, that means we're going to be in Greenville for 4 more years. So they were so excited, just to be able to, get paid, all the hard work that we've put in these last 4 years, and just to know that, I'm going to be the head coach here at ECU women's basketball for several years to come is just so exciting. And the girls were excited. They messaged me all day, and I think Pirate Nation is excited. I kept getting, people stopping me, what contract extension, when's going to happen? So, I couldn't talk about it, but, obviously, we're super excited.
And we think about it from the wins and losses, the basketball stuff. But when you mention your children, and we were talking off the air, involved in local baseball, local softball, they have all their friends, all the connections they made. That's a huge deal for them, right?
It's a big deal. You know, they've been asking me for the last year, Mommy, we're not moving anymore. We don't want to leave Greenville. We want to stay. I'm like, well, I can't promise you that, you know, with the profession that Mommy and Daddy's in. But no, they love Greenville. Greenville has really embraced our family. We have families within Little League, Greenville Little League, within Pitt County softball. My son plays football. My daughter plays soccer, basketball. So, you know, they've really embraced us. And half of those crowds you've seen at the games this year has been those little leaguers and those little softball players.
Yeah, a lot of support. That's awesome to see. Coach Kim McNeill joining us. Coach, before we talk about some newcomers, you mentioned this off the air as well. Your returning players have come back hungry, and you don't want to get too fat on your championship and things like that. It sounds like they have not. They have come back really hungry and already ready to play some more basketball.
Cliff has been unbelievable. I mean, we had to give them 10 days off. Well, 7 days off. We actually gave them 10 per NCAA rules. And probably within the second day that we had to give them off, they were, you know, knocking on the door. Can we get workouts? Can we get workouts? And obviously we couldn't touch them. But ever since we've been able to work out, they have been in the gym. Last week we had to stop because NCAA has a rule that we have to stop leading into exams. They've been in there every day. You know, outside my window, I can look into the practice facility, and every morning at 8 o'clock, they're in there working out. The other day on Monday, around 1 o'clock, I heard music going. They'd already been there that morning. I look out, they're running. And I look at my watch, I'm like, wait a minute, it's just May. And they're out here running, like on their own, conditioning on their own. So it's been extreme. That's something we haven't seen before here at ECU for ECU women's basketball. So this year was really, really good for them. Got a lot of experience, but also they understand now what it takes in order for us to get back there, and they know they can't wait.
That's the sign of a great program. Also the sign of a lot of leadership on your team, Coach. When the players start coaching themselves, that's got to make you feel good.
It did. When I just stood up on the balcony and I looked and I was like, wow, we're really going in the right direction. We've got some great young women coming back this season, along with some new kids coming in. But, you know, when those new kids get here in June, the nucleus of returnees, you know, they told us when we had the end of the year meetings that they wanted to stay all summer. You know, I don't require everybody to be back until June 11th. But the returnees were like, no, Coach, we want to be here all summer. So a couple of them have gone home, you know, these last couple of days. They'll be back Monday, and they'll be here all summer.
All right, talking to Kim McNeill, the returners are fired up, ready to go. Some newcomers coming in as well. You added some size and experience with the Weiss twins. And Coach, I've got to bring this up. Sometimes when something happens, a player gets attached to a certain incident, and we talked about the Weiss twins, and one in particular in the SEC tournament during a skirmish on the court between Florida and LSU, I believe. Kentucky. Okay. And so, look, I'll let you address that. I'm sure you talked about that with the players, but it's kind of a shame that that's what we know these names from, but that's kind of how it works in the world.
Yeah, you know, I recruited these twins out of high school. So I recruited them when they were sophomores and thought we were going to get them. So I developed a really good relationship with the family, a really good relationship with the twins. When they had to call and tell me that they were going to go to University of Florida, I mean, they were crying. So it was devastating. So it's a previous relationship. You know, I've known these kids. These aren't kids that I just learned in 10 days. So I've known them for a really long time. And, you know, the incident that happened, you know, it's unfortunate. You know, it's college sports. A lot of emotion gets brought up in it. You know, competitive young women, extremely competitive, want to win, play with a lot of fire, a lot of emotion. And, you know, Tati, as we call her, you know, she learned from the experience and says, you know, she had an out-of-body experience, but, you know, knows that, you know, it won't happen again. But, you know, they are great young women. I hope Pirate Nation really takes the time to get to know them and know who they are and how just they're extremely, they have high motors, they play extremely hard, they're competitive, and they are so excited to be a part of Pirate Nation.
And in life, you never want to burn bridges to start with. Be a decent person, be nice to folks. Yeah. But in the transfer portal era, you certainly don't want to burn bridges. And I think that's a good example there where you recruited these twins out of high school. Didn't go your way then. They were emotional about their choice and hated it. But now, a couple years later, here they are. So you keep those connections, keep those relationships. And in today's world of college athletics, it could certainly pay off.
Yeah, same way with Kimora Jenkins. We recruited her out of high school, and she chose to go to Georgia. So as soon as she got on the portal, we called her, and she didn't go visit any other schools. And that's sometimes you lose out on kids, but when you develop those relationships, it's like, okay, they go somewhere else, but obviously knowing that we've developed those relationships, and if they get back on the portal, because half the times these kids, when they get on the portal, they have an idea of where they're going. That's why things happen so quickly. And so, I'm still going to build this program off of high school kids. I've told my assistant coaches, like, we're going to get what we need in the early signing period in November, but obviously throughout the season, you see, you thought you had this, but need a little bit more of this, or maybe missed out. That's where we'll go to the portal. And we've been very blessed to get young women that have been great, haven't given us any issues, any problems, and it's worked out for them. Danae McNeill, Micah Dennis, having unbelievable careers here at ECU.
Kim McNeill joining us, Chris on YouTube, Steve and Jack on Facebook saying congratulations. We love you, Coach. So your fans are out there. Jamie has a question. He says, we hear so much about NIL and men's basketball. What is it like right now in women's basketball, and are certain schools gaining an advantage over others with NIL money? What would you say to that, Coach?
Well, I would definitely say this year is definitely taken off, just with the NCAA tournament and all the attention that LSU got, and Iowa. There are some young women out there that are getting a lot of money off of NIL deals. I mean, the players at LSU are killing it right now. Angel Reese, just put out on social media, I think she's making about $2 million off of NIL deals. So it's definitely growing. I wouldn't say it's where the men's game is, but it's definitely growing.
All right, man, that's good money if you can make it. That's good stuff. Coach, some other things from this off season. Man, I love a preseason tournament, one of these before you get to conference play tournaments, and you're going to be in a really competitive one, it looks like, in a really cool spot. You get to go to the Bahamas. So I know you're fired up about that, but Oklahoma State, Georgia, Penn State, Seton Hall, USC, all a part of this amongst others. So some really good teams, and looks like a really fun trip for your team.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. Obviously this team has worked extremely hard, and it's definitely a great way to reward them. Women's basketball hasn't been on a trip like this in a really, really long time. We had planned to go in 2020, but COVID hit, so we weren't able to go. But, to be able to go to Bahamas and play against some good competition like this, we feel like with returning the players that we're returning, with the freshmen we got coming in, with the twins, that, this could be our best team. And so when that happens, you want to kind of up the schedule a little bit, and we feel like we're doing that.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that. So what is your philosophy when it comes to scheduling home games that you can win and hopefully rack up some wins, as opposed to scheduling tough RPI games? Obviously, you're trying to get the best opponents you can here to Greenville. Sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't, but you've been able to get some ACC teams here in the past. So when it comes to scheduling, what's your overall philosophy?
I think it definitely depends on the year. Obviously last year, our schedule, wasn't as strong as it has been in the past. But, I was at a point where, we had to teach these young women how to win, and we needed to go into conference play with some momentum, with some confidence. And I really feel like that helped us, down the stretch in conference play. This year with the team that we're returning, with the experience, with returning the whole starting lineup and some really good freshmen and the twins coming, we felt like we could up the ante a little bit, with putting, a little bit higher RPI teams. And then obviously, if you don't win, the championship game, you got to, hope that you can, get a bid, and you've got to up your schedule a little bit. So that's what we're doing this year.
Kim McNeill joining us here to kick off today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. Coach, one more time, tell folks about the camps you got coming up. Going to be a fun summer, and you can spend it with Coach McNeill, the coaches, and the basketball players. How can folks do that?
Yeah, just go to Kim McNeill Basketball Camps at ECU.com. I'm going to have a great summer. Everybody's super excited. The numbers are up very much, a whole lot more than it was at this time last year. I guess, winning helps in a lot of different ways. But we're excited. So you guys come on out and join us this summer at our camps. And a busy summer for you on the court, but also at the baseball field, softball field. You were telling us earlier your schedule just for today. You got kids to take everywhere. So never stops, right? Yeah, Caden's got Browningwood practice today, and then Gabby's got softball at Sarah Law at 7:30. Man, so you got your kids over there at ECU, your kids at home. Yep. Kids. And kids can come to the basketball camps. There you go. Later this summer. Coach, congratulations on the extension, the awesome year. And, man, ECU women's basketball is in the best place it's been since I can recall. And
I know you're not going to quit working, but you've really built it into something. And but it's not the end. It's not the finish line, right?
No, it's not. But Cliff, I'm going to enjoy this year of being champions.
Yeah, you should.
Until next season starts. But obviously this summer, really try to put our heads together on figuring out how we can get Minji's rocking and rolling like we did at the end of the season, and even surpass those numbers. We've got a great product we're putting out on the floor. These young women work extremely hard. And I don't know if Pirate Nation really understands how much they help us when they pack Minji's and when they get loud and they're chanting ECU and purple and gold. That really helps us. So I'm hoping to get the numbers to where they were and even better than what they were at the end of the year.
Awesome stuff, Coach. Thanks for joining us. We'll let you run and we'll catch up with you later on this offseason.
Go Pirates.
All right, there he is. Kim McNeill joining us to kick off a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a timeout, come back, kind of reset, do a little rundown for you on what's going on tonight in the world of sports, what happened last night, preview ECU, UNC, and a whole lot more. More to go. Hour 1, Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, what can you do for people looking for a new vehicle in 2023?
We can show the people the number one selling car in the region, the Buick Encore, the Encore GX, the Envision, and the Buick Enclave. We've also got Cadillac dominating the market with the XT4, XT5, and XT6, and we continue to get new GMC Sierra trucks in daily. Please come see us, 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This is Talbot Green with Integrity Home Mortgage. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home you want to purchase comes for sale today? Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offers over 50 years of experience.
To get started, call me, Joanne Weir, at 531-1148.
Joanne Weir, in MLS 75974. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender in MLS 208516.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
This is Aaron Williams with Ease Plumbing.
This is Mike Hoggart with Viva Electric.
This is Mark McLaughlin, Roland Black Heating and Cooling.
We have teamed up to form New Blue Service Group, offering Eastern North Carolina the best in plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Same great local team, same great local service, just a new name. Contact us at callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, where we are redefining service excellence. Call us today to help with your plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Go Pirates.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in Uptown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
At US Cellular, you can get one line for just $29.99 with unlimited data, which is good news for you, friendly hermit who shuns society and lives in a cabin all by himself.
Wow, thanks. You know, you'd be surprised how much data a hermit goes through.
Actually, I'm not that surprised at all. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit usleo.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
This is Dr. Hasty from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as a walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates.
Hi, this is Brian Meador from East Carolina Athletics. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio, perfect for some outdoor dining. There's something for everyone every weeknight, including sports trivia with our very own Flip Brock on Wednesday nights. AJ's has live music every Friday and Saturday with no cover and brunch every Sunday. Make today an AJ's day. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, looking forward to some post-game trivia tonight after you leave Clark LeClaire Stadium, hopefully celebrating a Pirate win. Come on out to AJ McMurphy's for a fun night of sports trivia. We'll be watching the Canes and Devils in game 1 of their series. We'll preview that one quite a bit coming up on today's show. Also, a lot of ECU and UNC chatter. It's kind of felt like a game day here. Maybe it's just students returning books to UBE, but the UBE lot has been slammed today. Kind of has that football game day environment atmosphere, and looking forward to some Pirate baseball coming up at 5 o'clock. All right, Chandler, can you say on, have I introduced you, by the way? I've said hello to you. Chandler, welcome to the show.
Thank you for welcoming me into the show.
I overheard you talking to Shirley coming back in, and you had an interesting story. I don't know about a story. What about a story? But something you saw on the internet. What did you see?
There was a video I saw on Twitter. You can find some crazy videos on Twitter, by the way.
Can you?
Yeah. And
you sound like my grandpa.
One that I found is literally a snake with its head chopped off, and the body's still moving. And as soon as the body touched the snake's head, the snake bit its own body.
With its head cut off.
With its head cut off.
Man.
Speaking of videos on Twitter, did you see, or have you seen the recent trend of full movies being posted to Twitter?
No.
Full movies?
The recent Super Mario Brothers movie was up there for
That's
a while.
That's the one I was literally about to ask you about.
It was on Twitter for a while, and it's full length. Avatar was up there in 2 pieces because it's so long.
Why aren't we putting that on Pirate Radio, getting our numbers up?
Hot audio.
Hot flicks.
It's the entire Super Mario Brothers movie.
Hot film. Yeah, maybe that's the route we should go.
They have obviously an overworked moderation department.
Yeah.
As it took them, I think, 18 hours to pick up on that Super Mario Brothers.
So you had plenty of time. You could watch HD. You could watch it 9 times if you wanted to in that 18 hours. Interesting. All right. And Chandler, I do agree with you. There's some crazy videos you can find on the internet.
Insane.
And it's crazy.
Crazy stuff out there on the internet.
And some funny ones, too.
It's wild, folks. It is the world wild web is what I call it.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Have you heard about this? All right. Thank you, Chandler, for bringing that. I've seen a lot of snake pictures on my Facebook feed around Eastern North Carolina.
It's that time.
And it hadn't even got hot yet.
But it's been wet.
Yeah.
I think the wetness has drove them up a little bit.
Is that a scientific theory of yours, or is that accurate? Like
an old Eastern North Carolina thing that if it rains a lot, that the snakes come up to higher ground.
The snakes rise.
Okay. The rising tide lifts all snakes.
Oh my goodness, that is a frightening sight. Hey, our boy Jack Dover saw that. He said that was wild. By the way, Jack, I saw your joke earlier in the show when Coach McNeill was here, and I addressed it, but he said, we are going to have some fight in next year's team. Yeah, funny guy, Jack. Funny guy.
Jack, you are one funny guy.
All right, so what do we got? We got Pirates and Tar Heels. East Carolina trying to sweep the season series with North Carolina. Beat them twice earlier this year. Now we get them on home turf coming up at 5 o'clock. Did I see Garrett Saylor starting for East Carolina?
Yes, Garrett's going to get the start. And speaking of wild things you see on the internet, you should see the lines for the students that are in line trying to pick up their tickets for today's game. So this is a hot ticket item. Of course, it's sold out, but the students are already in line trying to get their hands on their tickets.
And for some of these students, it might be their last chance to go to a baseball game for ECU as a student. So, I think it's fitting for some of these students' last game to be ECU versus Carolina. So enjoy it while you can.
Here's what's left on the schedule: at Cincinnati this weekend, at ODU coming up next Tuesday, and then you've got the final home series for the Pirates as they take on Memphis the 12th through the 14th. The final home game will be against Campbell here on May 16th.
Guess who's not working the Memphis series?
Who's that?
Person I know.
Where are you going?
2 days off for Mother's Day.
I will be there. I will be here.
You got a 2-day Mother's Day vacation?
Yes.
Your mom must be very important to you.
She is very important. Mama's very important.
I better find out that you spent at least 38 of those 48 hours with your mom, like
physically,
in the same room.
Like attached.
No, I will.
I don't want you playing golf.
No, I'm going to watch ECU baseball.
I want
to make that woman a nice breakfast on Sunday.
I want to find out you're on a hot date with your girl at your dad's restaurant. Mm-hmm. You better be with your mama.
I'm going to be with my mama. I'm going to be with mama both Saturday and Sunday for ECU versus Memphis.
I need some mama footage in the jungle.
Yeah, I'm going to get. We're going to get some mama content.
That's what I need.
Oh, are you going to be at the game with your mama?
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Where was I going to be?
I don't know. At your mom's house?
No, we're going to be in Clark LeClaire Stadium enjoying ECU baseball.
I'm going to take my mama up to the press box.
Do it. Let's have a mom's weekend.
Everybody bring your mama to the game, and you can get loud. All right, so you're going to be at the game, but you can't. That makes it worse, Chandler.
It's the worst.
I want to drink.
I think you got a problem.
I want to drink. I want to turn up with mama.
That ain't got nothing to do with your mama.
No, I want to turn up with mama.
Lord.
2 days.
I'm trying to do shotgun with mama.
Yeah, not 1 day.
2-day bender.
Look, it's Mother's Day. I got to go on a 2-day bender with my mom.
What did you do Mother's Day 2023?
I'm sorry, but that's just how the Honeycuts roll.
Hammer with my mama said,
I got to go on a 2-day public bender with my mom.
Mama told me, baby, all I want for Mother's Day is for you to just get S-faced with me and pass out and throw
public.
On
and we're going to get up Sunday and do it again.
And do it all over again. All right. Good stuff, Chandler. Jamie says North Carolina used 5 pitchers last night, but managed the number of their pitchers. And I believe I saw North Carolina lost last night to the Fighting Camels of Campbell.
Oh, sorry. They did. I think it was a late inning hit by pitch, I believe.
What a way to go.
The difference in the game.
Final score last night from Chapel Hill, 6-5, Campbell over UNC. And yeah, I'll take a quick look at this box score and see what Jamie is talking about. The Tar Heels last night using 6 pitchers in the game, including Matthew Mateus, D.H. Conley, former Greenville Little Leaguer, pitched last night. Did not record an out last night for the Tar Heels, but they did throw 6 pitchers. The pitch counts 43, 35, 32, 5, 24, 6. Nothing outrageous. Doubt we see Padgett, who started last night, with his 43 pitches tonight, and maybe some of those in the 30s. But again, North Carolina, I think the key thing here is they do not play this weekend. So they can use whatever arms they want, and as long as they're good to go by next Tuesday, they don't have to worry about any games Friday, Saturday, Sunday. East Carolina, of course, heading on the road this weekend. So scheduling quirk there, that's probably one of the main reasons North Carolina agreed to actually schedule this game after it was postponed, because they had this weekend off. So I know the Pirates wanted to get it in. They need the RPI help. They need to rack up another victory. And hopefully they can do that coming up at 5 o'clock. We'll have a lineup for you coming up in about an hour or so. We'll preview it with Patrick Mason also coming up at 4 o'clock. So Warren Saba will join us at 5. After that, y'all want to kick back and do a little watch along? Watch some Pirate baseball?
Sure,
I will actually be at Clark LeClaire Stadium getting some video.
With his mama?
Not with my mama. That is next weekend.
So you're cutting out of this show early to go do that?
To go and get some video.
I'll watch along with you,
people
Clip.
in the jungle and do a little scene setter and get ready for EC. I'm doing work.
Hey, Jack Dover, keep an eye on Chandler out there and make sure he's actually working and not out there partying, at least until 5:59. At least until our show's over, I want to know that you were actually out there working.
All right. Well, you'll be able to see with the videos pop up on our social media accounts.
Okay. I look forward to some awesome videos today.
Like you saw in Fayetteville when I did
Fayetteville. I tell you what, you knocked it out of the park in Fayetteville, Chandler.
Thank you.
You were all over it. You had the weather report. You had everything going.
Mm-hmm.
You did not have Cliff Godwin after the game, though.
No, I did not. That was out of my control. I can tell you that right now, brother.
Was that a game where he and Moylan got tossed post-mortem?
It was ugly.
Yeah. All right, Pirates Tar Heels coming up. You've got the Hurricanes and Devils. We'll preview that one in a moment with Ken Watlington right here on Pirate Radio Live. Game 1 coming up tonight at 7 o'clock. Canes, at last check, were a slight favorite at home tonight against New Jersey. Once again, those teams split during the regular season, 2 games apiece. And, yeah, the Canes are a narrow home favorite tonight in that one. Enjoyed some NBA playoffs last night. The Knicks winning game 2. We talked about Jimmy Butler yesterday, and I said, yeah, Jimmy Butler's going to play. Well, Jimmy Butler did not play, but the Heat had a lead for the majority of the game. It took a fourth-quarter comeback, a major run by the Knicks to get back in it and to eventually win it, 111-105. I have not watched a ton of NBA this year. I've not watched a lot of Knicks, but my new favorite player is Isaiah Hartenstein. That dude,
I saw your tweet,
was everywhere. How many rebounds did he get?
I want to know how many offense rebounds he had.
He had 9 rebounds, but he had 7 Luigi DeBose tips.
Yeah, everywhere.
Had his hand on the ball every time it went off the rim. He had 9 boards in the game, only 3 points, but what a factor he played in 26 minutes last night.
Yeah, and it's crazy to see. I mean, and it's playoff basketball. You would expect this, but you look at regular season basketball in the NBA and in playoff, it's like day and night because they are really clamping down on defense, clamp down. But yeah, that guy for the Knicks last night was all over the place and a lot of hustle plays. And then Jalen Brunson was also really good last night as well. I think Spike Lee gave him some magic because he was wearing his jersey. But yeah, he got hot last night too.
There was not a lot of clamping down going on in the first half of Lakers-Warriors. The Lakers came out and scored 50. They were in the 60s there in the first half. Were only 21 in the fourth quarter. So they had 96 points through 3 quarters and finished with 117 in their 117-112 victory over Golden State. Anthony Davis, 30 points, 23 rebounds. LeBron James, we were looking this up. I don't think it was on the show. We were talking about how long LeBron has played. So he was a rookie in 2003, straight out of high school. Has played all those seasons. Yeah, there's load management. But the fact that he hasn't really been injured that much, and his playoff games, how many playoff games do you think LeBron James has played in? I wonder if this is updated.
Gosh.
LeBron James has played in 270 playoff games. That's ridiculous, right? 270 divided by 82 for a season. He has played like almost 3.5 extra full NBA seasons just in playoff games to add to the legacy there. That's fascinating to me. You don't seem to think that's that interesting.
No, I do. I mean, that's...
No, you don't think it's interesting at all. That's fine.
All right, I don't.
All right, fine. Klay Thompson last night, 25, Steph 27 in the loss, but that's going to be a fun series, and I think a back-and-forth series. I could see the Warriors winning Game 2 and it going to L.A., tied at 1 apiece. Coming up tonight, Celtics and Sixers, 8 o'clock on TNT. Sixers lead that series 1-0. All right, let's take a break. When we return, Ken Watlington, WNCT Channel 9, will join us. We'll talk Canes and Devils and also get you ready for ECU and North Carolina. That and more on the way when we return. Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. I forgot to. We got to sing happy birthday once again. We got another birthday. We got Luke, son of Steve Hill, Pirate Radio P1 listener. We got to get a happy birthday into him. So let's do that when Patrick Mason's here at 4 o'clock, and Patrick can join in on the song with us. Special treat for Steve and Luke there. Take a break, come back. More to go after this.
We're here for the booty.
Party! Pirate Water is here. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find pirate water in a location near you. We're going plankton! Pirate Water is here. 21 and older, please drink responsibly.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's hot dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's hot dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's hot dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers, or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
Big jobs on big properties demand a big side-by-side. A side-by-side like the first ever Honda Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew. This flagship model delivers serious power and performance where you need it most. Even more, it offers best-in-class comfort for 6 occupants with back seat legroom beyond compare. As for build quality, we'll let the Honda name speak for itself. Head to Ron Ayers Motorsports and see the all-new Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew today. On approved credit, see dealer for details.
It's time to save big and save now during Bostic Sugg Furniture's Memorial Day markdowns. Beautiful furniture for your home with Memorial Day markdowns you have to see to believe. Plus 6 months special financing. Save up to 70% off clearance items. Plus take an additional 25% off accessories. This is a must-shop event with incredible savings store-wide. Start sleeping better and save on a new mattress with up to 48 months special financing now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Welcome to Russell's Spring Style. Our screen door says welcome to a beautiful selection of new apparel for men and women. The spring colors are bold and beautiful. Men, make your next suit or sport coat purchase easy with in-house alterations to assure a great fit. Ladies, it's Russell's for the best selection in dresses, tops, and slacks for most any occasion. Russell and Rhonda work hard to make Russell's in downtown Washington your shopping destination. It's all about you, our friends and customers at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington.
This is Brian Bailey, host of The Brian Bailey Show, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Drive a little and save a lot with Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, plus offers service to all makes and models in a state-of-the-art facility. Drive a little and save a lot with a short trip to Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Highway 264 in Washington and online at WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Saw on YouTube a comment that says, man, Gilbert did CC Buford dirty. She's apparently not the women's golf coach. Scrubbed from the website, no press release with future endeavors, and replaced with her predecessor. All right, got to be honest, wasn't keeping up with the women's golf news, although I did see Kevin Williams' picture on a main story on ECUPirates.com, and that story is he has been named the director of golf. So Kevin Williams returned in June of 21 as the men's coach. He will now oversee the women's program as the full-time coach as well. So there you go. I don't know who's done dirty or anything like that, but there is the news. Kevin Williams will now lead the men's and women's golf programs. All right, let's head out to the Pirate Radio Live line. Joining us on the phone and not in studio today is Ken Watlington, WNCT Channel 9. Ken, how you doing today, man?
Doing pretty good, Clip. How about you?
Doing great. And you told me, Ken, you would be away this weekend. So tell everybody, what are you doing today? Where are you at?
I'm just taking a little getaway, a little bit of break from the work, and I'm up in New York City right now. Flew in just before noon today and just hang out with some friends. Both of them, two of my good friends, live up in this area. Both of them with birthdays around this time, so we're doing a little celebrating.
A New York City, a city boy, city slicker, Ken Watlington, joining us today. What kind of stuff?
Right.
Yeah, what do y'all get into up there, Ken? You don't have to give me all the details, but what's a fun night in New York like for you?
That's to be determined.
Yeah.
Usually for me, if you know me well, it involves food. So the minute I got here and got settled, we went to this place called 7th Street Burger. One of the best cheeseburgers I ever had in my life. Every time I'm in the city, I try to hit them up.
Nice.
Just a good old-fashioned smash burger with sauce and the onions and the pickles. And we always try to find something good to eat and enjoy life.
All right, you may run into some Devils fans tonight, Ken, perhaps, being in that area as the Devils and Canes face off tonight, 7 o'clock in Raleigh. Hurricanes getting by the Islanders in 6 games. And now I saw Luke DeCock from the News and Observer had an article about the playoff history between the Devils and Canes. And you got to go back a while, but a while back it seemed like they would face off every year in the postseason. They meet again now, and what is now a wide open Eastern Conference, Ken, with Boston losing in round 1.
It's funny you mentioned the history between the Canes and the Devils. My first ever Canes game as a fan, actually showing up to the arena, was 2001 playoffs. A buddy of mine somehow got some tickets. I knew nothing about hockey. I was trying to be a fan of the Canes because, you know, they were our hometown team. But I go to the game at PNC Arena. The Canes lose, which I think was the clinching game of that series, and the Devils moved on. But that was my first really hockey experience, was these two teams in the postseason. And here we are again. This time around, though, the Canes have home ice advantage. Unfortunately, they are banged up.
Yeah.
And we'll see if they can, you know, right the ship a little bit as far as some of the injuries go and get some other guys to step up. But, yeah, I'll tell you what, if this roster was healthy and home ice advantage the rest of the way, you got to like their chances. But now it's going to be a little up in the air. But, you know, maybe they'll respond. We'll never know.
This whole thing is up in the air with Florida knocking off Boston and Florida winning Game 1 last night against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And then you look out in the Western Conference at what's going on right now. The Kraken beat the Stars last night. And then you've got Edmonton and Vegas going at it tonight. Two good teams, but as Wade Minter, PA announcer for the Canes, told us yesterday, you're missing your... I don't even know if traditional is the word, but recent powers. When you think about Washington and Pittsburgh and Boston and Colorado, you're missing a lot of those names right now in this postseason, Ken.
And it's funny, you've got one name in the postseason that's playing well, and that's Toronto. And you think, you know, they're this established, you know, original franchise of the National Hockey League, but they haven't won a cup since like the late 70s. so they have this, you know, aura about them, but they really haven't won anything recently, so their fans are excited. And you talked about the Panthers, you know, down South Florida. You know, they played well, and they got the biggest upset maybe in the history of the Stanley Cup playoffs, at least in the first round goes, beating the Bruins, and they played well last night. So, yeah, it's really up for grabs. I would say, if you look at the Eastern Conference teams left, I think all four of them are probably better than anybody left in the West. But I don't know if it'll shake out that way, but we'll see what happens.
Ken Watlington joining us, or as Eric on YouTube just called him now, Plymouth Pimpin'. That would be cool, Ken, across your lowrider. If you put that in cursive on the back window, Plymouth Pimpin' would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll allow it. I like that. My first car I used to drive around Plymouth was a 1991 Nissan Stanza. And I could see that on the back window. Yeah, put that up there. That would have looked good.
I don't even think I know what that is. 1991. I got to look that up. Nissan Stanza. Let's see.
It was ugly.
Oh, man. That's a beaut. It's a beaut, Clark.
Yeah.
Looking good. All right, Kim, we got some baseball going on here. Just over an hour from now at Clark LeClaire Stadium, East Carolina coming off a series win against Tulane. A long day at the ballpark on Saturday for the Pirates and Green Wave, but they got 2 wins, and now they try to get win number 3 on North Carolina this season. North Carolina coming off a loss last night against Campbellton. And when you look at the Tar Heels, they're fighting for their postseason lives here late in the season, right?
I don't think there's any doubt about it. I mean, they got to win some games. They got to beat some people, and they'll have a chance to do that over the next couple of weeks because the ACC is stacked from top to bottom. But a win tonight for them would be good for the Tar Heels as far as their postseason hopes go. But, you know, they've been up and down. You know, they got swept at home by Boston College. BC has been pretty good this year, ranked in the top 25. And then you mentioned last night they lost to Campbell. Had a chance to win that game, but had the bases loaded in the ninth and hit a batter. And that ended up being the game-winning run for the Camels. So some bad luck for the Tar Heels last night. They did win 2 games over the weekend against Virginia Tech. The Hokies are not as good as they were last year when they made the Super Regionals. But, you know, the Tar Heels got to get it going. And I don't think tonight's the night for them to start to get it going.
Yeah, Pirates trying to continue to just play awesome at home, which they have done all year, and they were able to get the Tar Heels on the road earlier this year. Speaking of hitting a batter, Ken, I always get worried when the Braves and Marlins face off at what Marlins pitcher is going to throw at Ronald Acuna. It actually happened a day early this time against a different team, the New York Mets. Hitting him and knocking him out of a game, but he returns. The Braves win last night, easy peasy, and still looking great. I saw this was their best start through 30 games, Ken, since 2000, which you think about all the good years they've had, but they've gotten off to slow starts in the past years. It's a great start for Atlanta.
And they really got off to a slow start last year, and it turned out well in the end. And won 101 games, but they're on pace now to win 108 games, go 108 and 54. I don't think that pace will hold, but if it does, I think you're looking at some good things for the Atlanta Braves. But you talked about Ronald Acuna. You know, when he got plunked the other night, they took him out of the game, and the official diagnosis was shoulder contusion. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound bad. But a couple of weeks ago, if you remember, Orlando Arcia came out of the game. They said, no, he's fine. And the next day, oh, actually, he's not fine.
Yeah.
I was still worried about that until we saw Acuna back in the game last night.
Right.
Back, he's healthy, and he was the National League Player of the Month for April. So, I mean, that's pretty cool.
He's killing it. Braves are killing it right now. One of two teams, I believe, I'll look it up right now, with 20 wins in Major League Baseball, or in the National League, I should say.
Yeah.
Braves and Pirates of all teams. You've got, of course, the Rays with 24 wins. How about the O's? They are 20-9. We got O's baseball coming your way this week on Pirate Radio. Somehow the Orioles get to have the easiest schedule in baseball, but they'll take it right now. They're beating up on Kansas City this week. They've played a weak schedule, and they've got the record to show for it. 20-9 for the Orioles this year, Ken.
I think they got the Mudcats next.
There you go.
Hey, shout out to Zach Maskovich. He's the biggest Baltimore Orioles fan I've ever known. He's been with him through the lowest of the lows, and he's hyped this year. I mean, the way they're playing, excited. We'll see if it lasts.
There you go. Ken, I'm going to let you get back to your getaway up in New York. Have fun, man, and we'll catch up with you again next week here on Pirate Radio Live.
Sounds good. Go Canes.
Ken Watlington, WNCT Channel 9. He mentioned Zach Maskovich there. I'm going to ask a trivia question to Shirley and Glenn. So Maskovich is an Office super fan, and I have been rewatching The Office, and during Phyllis's wedding, there was a member of her family that went missing, an old man with dementia, and I said, what was the name of that man? I texted Zach on Sunday, and he said Uncle Al, and I said, that is correct. Now, when Michael finds Uncle Al, they're talking, and Michael says, Phyllis and I make a great team. Uncle Al says, the Celtics made a great team. And Michael said, yeah, and then mentioned a player's name. What member of the 80 Celtics did he mention? I'll tell you, it was not Larry Bird. What player, when Uncle Al said the Celtics made a great team, Michael Scott says, yeah, and then says a player's name. What player, what 80 Celtics player did he say?
Bill Walton.
No.
Okay, so seeing as I've never seen The Office,
well, sure.
but the one episode, I'm going to guess either Kevin McHale or Robert Parrish.
You can only guess one, though.
Kevin McHale.
No, it's the other one.
Robert Parrish, the
Michael
chief.
Scott says, yeah, Robert Parrish, the chief.
The chief.
Former Charlotte Hornets great. Former Chicago Bulls great. Did he play for anybody else, Glenn?
Golden State.
Did he? What was that, early?
Yeah. No, that was late.
Late?
That was late.
Let's see.
I wanted to say he got shipped off to Toronto, but I'm wrong.
He began his career with the Golden State Warriors.
Did not end it there.
76-80.
Where was the end?
Oh, that was Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, got him another ring or two there at the end of his career. Celtics, Hornets, Bulls after the Warriors. The Chief, who went to... Oh, man, I looked at it. Yeah, I wouldn't have got this anyway. Went to Centenary.
Wouldn't have gotten it.
Yeah, to play basketball. I was looking up, Glenn, for some trivia today that for tonight at AJ's. I was looking up the original NBA Jam rosters earlier today.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hit me with it.
So, okay, who was the Warriors too? It was two members of Run TMC.
It was Chris Mullin and Tim Hardaway.
But not my favorite member, Mitch Richmond. It was, Hardaway and Chris Mullin.
Was Mitch on the Kings by then?
Early 90s, maybe.
I think on Tournament Edition, he's on the Kings.
Maybe so.
I know that roster. You can just kick out you kick them out.
So
kick them out.
Larry Johnson was not on the Hornets. True or false?
He was on the arcade edition, not on the home edition.
Because I remember Muggsy was on one of them.
I believe, was that on Tournament Edition after they switched to 3-man rosters?
I want to say it was like Muggsy and Zoe, but maybe I might be wrong.
Kendall Gill and Alonzo Mourning.
Kendall Gill, perhaps. All right, let me see who's on their original.
I think in the arcade.
Oh wow, okay. So original NBA Jam, Larry Johnson and Kendall Gill
in the arcade.
Yes, this is
the home version is different.
This is the 1993 arcade edition.
Yeah.
Of NBA Jam. Oh man, last ranked team according to these rankings I'm looking at.
It's either Portland or it's not Portland.
No.
It's Minnesota.
No, but they had
Chuck Person and Christian Laettner.
Damn, I was going to say Gugliotta and Ryder.
No.
Chuck Person and Christian Laettner is correct. That's pretty impressive. Oh, Gugliotta is in the game.
He's on the Bullets.
He's on the Bullets with Harvey Grant.
Yep.
All
What a
right.
stinker of a team.
Last ranked team, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, they are the right.
Who was on it?
Brad Lohaus and it's Lohaus and
Brad Lohaus. You got that one.
I can't remember the guard.
Well, his name is Theodore, and he attended East Carolina.
Theodore, it's Blue Edwards.
Blue Edwards. The last ranked team, Blue Edwards, is on it. Dude, this is fun, Glenn. We're going to have to do this throughout today's show. There is literally a guy here I've never heard of for the Mavericks.
The Mavericks are...
They had a guard.
They're Derek Harper.
Derek Harper's correct.
And it's not Jimmy Johnson yet. It's a big man.
Mike Uzielino.
Oh, it was another point guard. Yes, I remember this. They were a squad with 2 point guards. You couldn't play him.
Don't know who the H that is.
It is a foreign guy who later on became a coach.
All right, we're going to do more of this as the show goes on because I can't believe your early 90s brain just nailed Brad Lohaus and whoever else you just nailed. That was Chuck Person, Christian Laettner.
I put hundreds of hours into that game. I know that roster, Jack.
All right, let's take a break. When we return, Patrick Mason joins us. We got to sing happy birthday to Luke Hill. We got to talk Pirates and Tar Heels. We'll talk more NBA Jam and have more for you on Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Back with you after this.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
Mother's Day is that special day where moms shouldn't have to cook. 5th Street Hardware and Tap Room has you covered with the special brunch buffet Mother's Day. The brunch will include a prime rib station, build your own waffle station, and a buffet with over 12 items to choose from to make everyone in the family happy. 5th Street Hardware and Tap Room is located on 5th Street beside the State Theater. Visit them on Facebook or Instagram for more information and daily specials. And we'll see you Mother's Day for the best brunch buffet in town.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Wally's 2 Kettle Corn in Winterville is where you can find the tastiest popcorn around. Make it a movie night at home with Wally's 2 Kettle Corn. They have over 50 flavors to choose from, including classics like cheddar, caramel, and my favorite, better butter. Or try their specialty flavors such as Chicago Style, Wintergreen Mix, and MJ's Cheesecake. Wally's 2 also caters, so if you're hosting a party or event, satisfy your company with delicious popcorn. Check them out on Facebook or stop by and see Wally today on Fire Tower Road across from Sam Jones Barbecue. Wally's 2 Kettle Corn. Make it a poppin' day.
Hey, John.
John. I see your new system's having issues already.
Yeah, I used the other guy with an AC brand I've never heard of.
You should have used Delcor, John. They install train. It's hard to stop a train.
I know, but the other guy was cheaper.
Cheaper isn't better, John.
I know.
Don't use the other guy. Call Delcor. For a limited time, buy a new train system and pay 0% interest for 12 months. Visit Delcor.com for more details. Delcor, the service professionals.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Some things just go together. That's why Bojangles and Appalachian Mountain Brewery have partnered to brew the tasty beverage we didn't know we've been waiting for. Bojangles Hard Sweet Tea. Bojangles Hard Sweet Tea is perfect for entertaining, enjoying on vacation, tailgating, and any occasion when you want to bring the fun. It's always been Bo time, and now it's brew time. Pick up Bojangles Hard Sweet Tea today at your favorite local retailer. Proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing, supporting the Pirate Nation since 1989.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Thinking about takeout tonight? Familia can make everything real easy for you with a great selection of Italian food and more. Visit familianc.com to see the full menu featuring pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts. Place your order online or call 689-6330 and Familia will have your order ready in their convenient drive-thru window for pickup. Finish up a busy day with a great dinner for yourself or your family from Familia. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right. A couple of news and notes. Got a question from Robert we'll get to in a moment. But Redbeard likes to keep me abreast of all the information out there that is relevant to me and this program, and sent me a link that apparently a Jerry Jones docuseries is on the way.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
And Redbeard has a name for it.
I want me some glory hole.
Pretty much. He says that he hopes it is titled The Glory Hole Years.
Want me some glory hole.
The Jerry Jones story. I could go without a Jerry Jones docuseries. I could live just fine without there being one.
I would only be into it if it was not produced by him or had anything to do with him, and it's not going to be. It's going to be jazzed up to make him look good.
Dion likes nothing more than smelling his own fart.
Thank you. That's right, Mark.
Have you seen the
Jerry's pretty much the same way.
Have you seen like the boardroom shot from draft day of the Cowboys where they look like the Council of Evil in there? It's
from Austin Powers.
Yeah. It's
number 2 is in there, and
number 2 is Jerry Jr.
Yeah, Steven. All right. Well, thank you, Redbeard, for passing that along. Also, we had a question from Robert Skipper. What's up, Skip? On YouTube. He says, can I ask, I got on late working. Why was the game postponed last night? Well, Robert, there was a brush fire off Wimbledon Drive. Robert, what game are you referring to, may I ask? Now we're going to play a game called What Game is Robert Talking About? Let's welcome in Patrick Mason from the Daily Reflector. Patrick, you cover sporting events.
I do.
What game is he talking about?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Robert, are you talking about East Carolina? Because they were not scheduled to play last night. They will play coming up at 5 o'clock at Clark LeClaire Stadium against North Carolina.
Yeah, usually they play Tuesday midweek games, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, or are you referring to another game, and maybe I'm just missing it? I do not know what game you are referring to. as far as being postponed last night. All right, Patrick is here. Patrick, we got to take care of a little bit of business.
Let's do it.
Fortunately, Chandler is not here, so Glenn, I'm going to ask you to step up as well. And I don't know why we keep doing this for free. We should be making money off this.
We should be doing cameos with this.
Steve says it's his son Luke's 18th birthday. Can he get a PRL happy birthday song? We sang one yesterday for Jerry's mother, and we're going to do one right now. Patrick, would you join in with us?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Now, we talked about you're going to church so you can play church league softball and how you don't sing the hymns. But I guess you could fake it and lip sync this if you wanted to. I was going to say,
do you lip sync the hymns?
Yeah, sometimes. The songs get stuck in my head, and I find myself singing them when I get home.
Church hymns are great.
Yeah, so
Patrick
I gotta break it
is
out.
a one-and-done athlete at Sunday school.
He is in the portal if other churches want his services.
That's right.
All right, you ready, gang?
Oh, wait, who are we singing in this to? Luke, I am your father.
All right, a 1, a 2, a 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Luke. Happy birthday to you.
Good work.
Did you sing?
Yeah, you didn't hear me. I had the good harmonization parts, I think.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I started to interrupt the singing by saying, stop lip syncing. But
no, I
didn't want to throw clip off.
All right. Robert was talking about the UNC game. That game is tonight. North Carolina played last night, Patrick.
They did.
And they lost
to
the Campbell Fighting Camels. One thing we were paying attention to, other than the result, is the pitchers used in that game. North Carolina used 6 pitchers. Again, one of the biggest things about this game tonight, North Carolina does not play this weekend. So they have a lot more they can do with their arms than East Carolina can do tonight.
Yeah, and especially East Carolina's shuffling up their own pitching, so that'll be something to watch. But yeah, I mean, North Carolina can treat this as just, if you have an arm, essentially, you can throw, I'm sure. But yeah, East Carolina's switching up their own rotation, so that'll be interesting to watch.
So what do we got? We saw Zach Root during the weekend against Tulane and looked really good, and we're going to see more of him, it looks like.
Yeah, I think he's going to go Friday, and we'll get Josh Gross Saturday. Sunday up in the air, but that's, what is that, 4 days away? I'll figure that out. But Garrett Saylor going tonight, which is a good role for him. I mean, he's done both. He started games and, he's kind of like the long relief option as well. So I guess you just kind of let Garrett Saylor do his thing tonight and see what you get out of him.
Yeah, and hopefully he can go extended innings, have a good outing, and East Carolina can knock off North Carolina for the 3rd straight time. It kind of sounds like we're talking to Ken Watlington a moment ago about North Carolina fighting for their postseason lives. It almost sounds like their basketball team. Remember down the stretch, you're like, well, they'll make it because they're North Carolina, and ended up losing and not getting in. And now this baseball team could be looking at a similar fate here.
Yeah, absolutely. I was looking at them or kind of following them over the weekend. I think they took 2 out of 3. Was it Virginia Tech? 2 out of 3, and I'm sure they were probably feeling like, all right, we're headed in the right direction. And then you get a 1-run loss against Campbell yesterday, so that's tough. But yeah, so like you said, they're really trying to get on a run themselves here and kind of start playing some good baseball again.
This was an hour ago, Patrick. Jared Packed the Jungle took this picture of students waiting in line to get their tickets for what could be their final chance to see the Pirates with school ending and everything. So it looks like it's going to be a hearty crowd tonight at Clark LeClaire Stadium.
Yeah, I think I saw it was like at 3 o'clock students could start getting in, and you can just get in with an ID. So I'm sure that's like one of those situations where you got to get there early because the game's sold out from what I hear. And you just pack it in and just hopefully you can watch them.
Chad, I love this topic. He said you brought up church hymns. Your favorite church hymns. Chad's going to go with "In the Garden" and "Go Tell It on the Mountain."
A good upbeat song.
I like "He Lives" is one of my favorites. You familiar with that one?
Yeah, I'm maybe not the names, but they got a very similar refrain. So I don't know. I guess some Hallelujah one's pretty good. I guess. I don't
like
really
glory,
know
glory, hallelujah.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Glory, glory. That's a good one.
Don't you feel like just kind of moving along?
Telling you, they are toe tappers.
They definitely are.
Foot stompers.
Yeah.
I'm a big church hymns guy. All right. Let's see, Patrick. Other standouts from this weekend, along with Root, Lane Hoover made Sports Center with a catch. Game 3 was about the long ball for East Carolina. Josh Moylan going to dead center was very impressive, but Starling went one. You had Jacob Jenkins Cowart with a big, which we said he was our pick to click.
He was, yeah.
And that long swooping swing shot into right field. I visualized that one on Friday, and we saw it on Saturday night.
Yeah, he really had a bunch of RBIs. He came to play, and just when he hits a bomb like that, it feels so smooth.
Yeah,
like you said, with that long swing. And I think he hit it off the scoreboard essentially, and that was a shot. But yeah, they were hitting bombs, but so was Tulane. I think they had 7 or 8 homers in the series. And
T.O. Banks couldn't get that guy out.
I think the 2, 3, and 4 hitters were just, every time they came up, it was double or home run. Those guys could hit.
We had a question yesterday and for Mully that, as East Carolina's pitching come down to earth, are they facing better hitting teams? Is it that time of year? How would you answer that question?
Maybe it seems like cop-out, but maybe a little bit of everything. Just I feel like at this time of year, a lot of these pitchers are throwing more innings than they've had before. Like, if you think about it, last year, Trey Savage was a 1-inning kind of specialist. Go in, max effort guy, pump it up mid-90s, and now he's starting, and he's throwing a ton of innings. So
Gross is throwing more innings than he has.
Gross is throwing a ton more because he's been better. He's been able to go deeper into games. Carter Spivey, he pitched a ton of innings last year, but he was the key reliever out of the bullpen. So a lot of these guys are just getting more innings on their arm, and I think it's, maybe, I don't know about taking a toll, but yeah, it's, they're getting a little tired a little bit, so maybe a change in role here will kind of shaking them up a little bit for the stretch run.
And the way Root has been used this year, he's got some innings left in his arm, you would think, and even though there is that freshman wall and things like that, the way he's been used, he should still be good to go here the remainder of this year.
Yeah, it's kind of a perfect situation if you think about it, because he can shift into that starting role, which he's going to do on Friday, and he starts games. He's comfortable doing that, but he hasn't really gone more than 2 or 3 innings when he starts, because they've been able to piggyback him with Jake Hunter, and they kind of eat up games that way. So, yeah, I feel like you feel really comfortable with him getting the ball to start a game, and you kind of say, hey, give me 3-4 innings and see what you got, and I feel like you don't have to really worry about him tiring out or getting too many innings on his arm.
Patrick Mason joining us. We'll let you split Patrick around. What do you need to get out of here? 4:30ish?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
All right, we'll let you get to Clark LeClaire Stadium. Eric on YouTube is a fan of Old Rugged Cross. That is a classic. Jamie has a question. He said, I follow Big Ten / Indiana. I know Patrick is an Iowa fan. He said, I saw Indiana baseball changed its schedule in the middle of the season to help their RPI. They canceled a game against the team that would have affected them negatively when it comes to the RPI, replaced them with a team that would not affect them in such way. He said, is that allowed in the American? Is it just a Big Ten rule? He said he's never heard of being able to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, do you know off the top of your head?
I've never heard a replacement. I have heard teams just straight up cancel games against really bad teams late in the year.
Yeah, and I wonder too if you just would it count and say, hey, this game got scrapped, and you reach out to another team and say, are you free this day? But I don't know how freewheeling you can be with that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm honestly not sure.
TJ says, give me victory in Jesus for 200, Alex. That is a good one, TJ. That gets the crowd going. Victory in Jesus, my Savior. That
was good.
They all kind of sound like fight songs too.
Yeah, a little bit.
If you took out the Jesus words, and just had a band playing it, upbeat church hymns sound like college fight songs.
And they definitely have you thinking about it after, kind of like a fight song. You're just humming it throughout the day and you don't know why.
Yep. Yeah, because you're feeling the spirit.
Yeah, it's got in you. It's hold of you.
How's softball going for you, by the way?
It's going pretty good. Our first game isn't until Thursday. So we've just had a few practices, just getting out there and swinging and hitting and stuff like that.
Where do you think you'll be in the lineup?
I'm not sure. I'm more of like a line drive kind of hitter. So I don't know. But I guess it's sort of a thing in slow pitch softball. But you cannot hit more than one home run in an inning, and then you got to wait till another team hits a home run. So basically, it just kind of discourages you from just hitting bombs and not being able to get out. But it should be fun. I mean, I've been playing a little infield, a little outfield. So
it would be bad. I'm not going to put this mojo on you, but you were kind of brought in as a ringer if you sucked and they had to like ban you from the church.
Revoke me from.
They're like, no, you can't come here anymore.
Yep, it's possible. They say you're not adding much in the song department. You're not adding much on.
You're
the
not
field.
singing.
You got to get out of here.
Yeah. You're hitting 280, which would be good for like MLB, but we're playing slow pitch softball.
Right.
We need you at least in the 400s. So that would be funny. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. More to go. Patrick Mason, Daily Reflector, joining us. If you got questions, comments, concerns, church hymns, you can get them in now. YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. And we'll have more on Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. It is windy, a tad chilly, but the sun is out. It is a nice day for a Midwesterner like Patrick.
That's right.
More to go. Pirate Radio Live after this.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, how can you help people with service in 2023?
We continue to offer free pickup and drop off for the customers, and our customers' time is valuable. So we've added 3 additional Express Loop technicians to reduce wait time. That's our number one goal for 2023. And please don't forget, we service all makes and models. We're voted number 1 in Greenville by the customer. Come see us at 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. They're open every day and have live music every night, along with 18 big screen TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesdays, it's line dancing. Thursday night is the dance party with DJ Kid Scene. And live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for more information on scheduled events, and we'll see you at the Buck.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
At Papa John's, we start with better. Like our fresh, never frozen dough made from 6 simple ingredients. And our dough can save you dough. Get 2 or more Papa Pairings favorites for just $6.99 each. Order now on the app from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
This is Dr. Phil Perdue from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our number one priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Hey, Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
And then it was two seagulls!
We're here for the booty.
Party!
Pirate Water is here. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find Pirate Water in a location near you.
We're going plankton!
Pirate Water is here. 21 and older, please drink responsibly.
This is Garrett Saylor, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. From maximizing opportunities to minimizing risks, Town's Insurance Advisors offers expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, big sports night tonight because you've got Pirate baseball at 5 against North Carolina. You've got the Hurricanes and Devils, Game 1, Round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and a sports trivia at AJ's. So after you leave Clark LeClaire Stadium, head on over for some fun sports trivia. We'll be watching the Canes, enjoying some great food, some frosty cold beverages, and having a good old time at AJ McMurphy's coming up tonight. Pop quiz for Glenn. Oh, he's not here. Man.
He's on his way back in.
Oh, okay. No need to run, Glenn. But I need to know the original duo for the Denver Nuggets on NBA Jam. One household name, one current basketball analyst.
That would be Dikembe Mutombo and Alfonso Ellis.
That is correct.
It's impressive.
That is really... I think we might have found your specialty.
I told you I have hundreds, and I know the
right
differences between like the arcade game and the home system. And
I feel like this is a gimme. This is too easy. Cleveland Cavaliers, little man, big man.
Mark Price and Brad Darter.
Yeah. Wow. All right, this should not be easy. Seeing it, I remember it, but good grief, I could never come up with this. The Philadelphia 76ers. These are two non-all-star.
Hornacek.
Jeff Hornacek is correct.
Who was with Hershey Hawkins?
Man. That'll work.
So proud of my guy here. That's good. All right, Glenn, we're going to let you take a break. I'll come back with more coming up next hour.
All right.
Or later on this hour, probably. All right, Patrick, what were we going to... Oh, yeah. Bye weeks in college baseball. What do you think about a bye weekend for East Carolina? Should there be a bye weekend scheduled for teams playing?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if it worked out, if they were able to finish that UNC series, they sort of would have had like a long week here. But it's just something you don't really see often in baseball. I feel like you just got to play through it, and that's part of playing baseball.
I guess bye weekend, I should say, because you're right. If East Carolina didn't have to make that game up, they wouldn't play this week.
Yeah,
that's true. But like North Carolina has a weekend off.
I think it would be. I mean, personally, I think it would be big for the team. I think just to kind of, especially with they're dealing with some injuries, and just to kind of get a full reset, just take your mind off the game for a little bit.
Yeah,
heal up. But I don't know. I guess they like playing. So
I asked Josh Groves, and I thought he had a good answer. He said, "I would like to just keep on playing. I like the routine. I like knowing what to do every day of the week leading up to a start." He said if you ask a position player who's out there every day, they might have a different answer. I thought that was a pretty good answer by him.
Yeah, especially like a catcher, I mean, they take a beating.
Yeah, you think Wilcoxon wouldn't mind a weekend off right now?
I bet he'd love it.
Yeah, so probably, different answer for depending on each situation. All right, let's see what we got besides the colors. Oh, dear, Eric. You ready for an Eric dad joke, Shirley? This one's really reaching. But I like it because I feel like it's original. Like he came up with it himself, which I'm willing to give him points on, even if the joke isn't good. He says, besides the colors, what's the difference between the Tar Heels and the Pirates uniforms? It's the Argyle. I mean, that's awful. Eric, that is...
You are terrible!
Yeah, it's a terrible joke.
It's creative, though.
But you came up with it on your own, and I give you 100 points for that. So, therefore, it works.
Yeah, it's fair game.
Yeah, well done. Jamie is out of baseball questions. Does Patrick like Iowa coach Fran McCaffrey?
Yes.
We've addressed this, but you can readdress it. Should he have been thrown out of the game, the Michigan State game, for staring?
I don't know about thrown out, but he maybe got a technical or something.
But did he get a technical?
I don't know if he did. I don't think he did. I think the ref just kind of said, "All right, dude, do your thing." I know if he's not your coach, he's incredibly annoying. But I just like the fire sometimes. Like, he's always yelling and wanting to throw stuff, and I just feel like he'd be fun to play for. Yeah, I mean, just if you see your coach like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless he's doing it to you,
right? And
I will say,
I totally get that he can.
He's unique.
Yeah,
like he's not like every other coach.
Right. So maybe that's what I like about it. Just a little different.
All right. So if you got any more questions for Patrick, you can get those in right now. Robert, talking about church hymns, says, "Drop kick me, Jesus, through the goalpost of life." Is that a real thing?
Maybe on like Football Sunday or something.
Drop kick me, Jesus. Through the... Now, did you go listen to Church League Softball Fist Fight like I asked you to do?
I did not.
Of course you didn't.
You knew the answer before you even said
Have you watched Jury Duty? No. Yeah.
But it's on Amazon, I discovered.
All right.
And you said it was on some app, so that's what gave me some pause. Yeah, that gave me some pause initially because I was like, what is that app again? But then I saw it on Amazon.
All right.
So I'm going to go track it down.
That's the first step. You've identified it.
I've identified the streaming service.
That's good.
Next week, I'll have a different answer for you.
All right, Patrick, what else? What did the Bears do in the draft?
I like it. They took an offensive tackle first, which they just need to protect Justin Fields. And then I think they just kind of took some, I guess what the general manager said, just they went like trait hunting. They went for like long athletic speed, But at this point in the year, every team is so pumped about their draft selections. Man, every all 7 of our guys are going to the Hall of Fame. They're all going to be great. They're great fits. So I really have no idea what to make of these. I've only heard of a couple of them. But they got, one of the things I'm intrigued about, they got a wide receiver from Cincinnati. I think his name's Tyler Scott. He's really fast, so I'm always a sucker for speedy wide receivers, take the top off defense kind of guys. But yeah, I guess we'll see how it plays out. I guess I am pretty pumped about the offensive tackle. I know it's not a sexy pick in the first round, but I'm here for it.
All right, so you are on board with the Bears draft. How long before they are relevant in a playoff race?
I wouldn't say next year, but I think the following year is a good window for them. I think next year, if everything kind of falls right, they can maybe be around a 500 team. I mean, they got the first overall pick this year. They were really bad, and they had a lot of needs. So I think if you can get up to 7 wins or something, 7, I don't know about 8, but around there, I think that'll be a good year for them. And if you can identify Justin Fields as your guy for sure, that's a successful year.
All right, fair enough. Talking Bears, talking Iowa, all of Patrick Mason's interest here on Pirate Radio Live.
That's right.
Pirates and Tar Heels going at it. East Carolina at Cincinnati this weekend, Patrick. As far as where the Pirates stand right now, you've got the rotation changes going on. You are coming off a series win where you had to come back to knock off Tulane. You're coming off a couple of weeks where you didn't have winning records during the week, so it feels like you're still in a great, I mean, you look at the rankings, they're still a top 15 team.
Yeah.
And it also feels like that they're another weekend away from it all collapsing. I don't know, but it's an eerie spot to be in. What do you think about this team as we head to, or as we sit here in early May?
Yeah, I think it is a weird spot to be in, but like you said, they're still a top 15 team. They're still playing well. Taking 2 out of 3 from Tulane was huge. I mean, if that goes the other way, if they lose 2 out of 3, then they're really in trouble. But I think part of it too is they're just not like world beaters right now in the conference, which I think last year it was like just they're running away with everything. And this year, I mean, they're still playing well, and you got to like going into Cincinnati. You got to like what they did to Cincinnati when they were here in Greenville. Obviously, playing on the road for ECU is a little bit different, but you just got to like where they're headed this weekend, and yeah, I think they'll be just fine.
All right, Jack has a good question. Our buddy Jack Dover. What does it mean to be a Hawkeye?
What does it mean?
Yeah,
ooh,
it's a great question.
I don't know, but I like it. I don't know. I have a good time watching their sports, and they're pretty relevant in a lot of different things.
But are you a Hawkeye?
Yeah.
So what is it? What are you?
Like, what do you? I don't know. Like, I don't know how to define being a Hawkeye.
What are the buzzwords? What does a Hawkeye represent?
I don't know. I definitely don't bleed black and gold, but I don't know. That's
not a true.
I really don't have a tagline.
Not a true Hawkeye over here.
Apparently not. I don't know. Like, I soar high. I don't know.
Where did you soar high?
Yeah, I'm just messing. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of.
Where did you? What was your dream school, Patrick?
I did want to go. I guess I really wanted to go to somewhere in the Big Ten, somewhere with a football atmosphere. That was kind of my goal. And Iowa just seemed really cool. The campus was awesome. Now I feel like one of those recruits I interview when they like their school. And yeah, it feels like a family. Everything's great.
What else was on the list?
Honestly, I just wanted I wanted a ton of people. I wanted like a big 30,000. I just wanted
You wanted a Big Ten experience.
Yeah, I wanted the Big Ten experience.
When I was like 10 years old, I wanted to go to Nebraska just because I would watch their football games and all those people there. I thought, but Northwestern is a good journalism school, correct?
Mm-hmm. Very
and
good.
It's Chicago,
Yeah.
But they are missing that football atmosphere that you talked about.
Iowa, they had like a creative writing program, which I took a bunch of classes. That was, I think, top in the country, too, over there. Just they had a really good writing school. Also, me and my mom went to a Notre Dame, I think it was Navy or Army football game when I was like maybe a sophomore, junior in high school.
South Bend?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I wanted to go there after that. I was like, man, this is really cool. But I ended up obviously not going to Notre Dame, but that would have been fun too.
That it would have. Jamie says over under one Coach Godwin sarcastic answer to Patrick or other reporters tonight after the game.
Probably under.
Okay.
Wait, under one, is it an even one?
But if you go one and it's only one, you push.
Yeah. I mean, we might get one.
You're basically going 0 or 2. What's more likely?
Yeah.
I mean, one's going to happen.
Yeah.
So you're probably not.
It's definitely possible.
Okay. It's happened.
You know what? Like,
did you get the worst reaction of the year, Patrick?
I think so far.
Yeah, I think you got the worst one.
Yeah, but that's okay. I was going to sort of segue this into. Remember when the Bucks and Giannis lost, and you got that question about the season of failure? And I feel like everyone was just. All corners of Twitter and the internet were just kind of piling on both sides, and I feel like that's just sort of how a press conference goes. Sometimes.
Actually,
he was really good.
I have that, and we haven't played it on the show. But Charlie, can you pull up Giannis and his post game? Because we'll play it real quick. I know you got to leave. You got it's 5 minutes.
Yeah, I got some time.
All right. So, do you have that, Shirley? Oh, she's got to find it.
But basically, it's like, I think that's just how a press conference goes. You ask a question, and sometimes you get some pushback. But I think there was a good, valuable back and forth. I think we got something to talk about. We got a good answer, and I think that's
the problem. Was that's not how a press conference goes. Usually, you get the
like
generic answer.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that
he gave a real answer,
and that's why I think it was good. Like people are bashing the question, but I think you got a good answer out of it, and you got stuff you can talk about.
All right, Shirley.
Was this from April 27th?
Yeah,
that sounds right.
Yeah.
I just asked Bud the exact same question, but I'm curious for you. Do you view this season as a failure?
Oh my God. Okay, because I'm not that up. You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay, do you get a promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, to be able, provide the house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success. And if you've never, I don't want to make it personal. So there's always steps to it. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure. That's what you're telling me. I'm asking you a question. Yes or no? Okay, exactly. So why are you asking me that question? It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports. There's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful. Some days you're not. Some days it's your turn. Some days it's not your turn. And that's what sports is about. You don't always win. Some other people's gonna win. And this year somebody else is gonna win. Simple as that. We're gonna come back next year, try to be better, try to build good habits, try to play better, not have a 10-day stretch with playing bad basketball. and hopefully we can win a championship. So 50 years from 1971 to 2021 that we didn't win a championship, it was 50 years of failures. No, it was not. It was steps to it, and we were able to win one. Hopefully we can win another one. I'm sorry that I didn't want to make it personal because you asked me the same question last year, and last year I was in the right mind space to answer the question back, but I remember it. Next.
I feel like it was a good question.
I got told the same thing when I ordered a cheesesteak wrong down at Marathon one time.
Is this a failure?
I thought it was a great answer. I also thought that Giannis was kind of wrong in some of where basically big picture, like it's not a failure. He accomplished some things.
You
the
said he
team
was
accomplished
wrong?
some things. Huh?
You said he was wrong?
When he said there's no failure in sports, I mean, it depends on your perspective you're looking at it.
If you're the number one
if
seed,
you lose, you fail.
Jordan Poole failed to hit the last shot last night.
Yeah.
Right.
There's failure in sports.
Flat out failure.
My thing is, if you're the number one seed, you're one of the better teams in all of the NBA, and you get knocked out in the first round, that should be viewed as a failure, right? If you're a title contender.
Especially if
it's not necessarily a terrible thing, but it's kind of what it is. And
especially, like, you get knocked out by a team that is like the antithesis of your culture, that has their own. Like, it being the Heat made it a little bit different to me. Like, that was a rivalry type win.
But Giannis has a point with what he's saying. I feel like we're talking about two different kind of things here.
Yeah.
Like, Giannis shouldn't walk the streets of Milwaukee with his head down because he's a giant failure. But as a team, like you said, to lose in the first round like they did, they failed that challenge. And there is failure in sports every game, every night.
Yeah, that's kind of the nature of it. But yeah, that's sort of just he did give a great answer, and I thought it was something to think about for sure. But I bet if you asked Michael Jordan if the 9 years were a failure, he'd say absolutely.
Yeah,
that's different.
Right? Yeah,
different
and it's just. But it's also hard, I think, to ask these guys in the right in the heat of the moment. They just lost. They just got knocked out, and you gotta kind of navigate that space.
Tell you what, though, when Giannis hit that Edic, that hit me. Like,
it was a punch.
Edic.
It's such an awesome sounding accent.
And I love that he remembered it from last year. And he's like, is this same guy going to ask me this question every time we lose a playoff series?
I love that he took it to the guy's job. And he was like, Edic, did you get promotion?
That's a tough spot there, too. You can only kind of say no. Like,
I know.
You can't continue poking the bear there.
I wanted Eric to say he got a promotion. And then it to come out that he didn't. I wanted slander on Eric's name.
Edic. Our Eric says on YouTube, I don't care about failure. I can't control failure. Don't want to talk about failure. That is a Cliff Godwin weather reference there. Patrick,
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Thank you.
That's fair.
Eric says Jordan would have probably hit you with a few F-bombs if you asked him about the years he didn't win. He'd
off the camera.
Jordan had a really good reputation with the media, though, of being available every single day. No
Everything
matter what.
was very measured and controlled.
Jordan was effing probably. He was probably effing Steve Kerr and his teammates.
Anyone else
that
on
is
the
well
hardwood.
documented.
Well, literally punching him in the face, but that's who he's probably cussing out.
Bill Wellington.
Bill Wennington.
Bill Wennington, yeah.
With his baseline jumpers.
His name might as well have been Ben Wellington, though.
Whatever it was. Bill Wellington.
That dude's on the Bulls radio calls. Bill Wennington.
Luke Longley.
Yeah.
I love some old Bulls centers back in the day.
If you couldn't hit a 15-foot baseline jump shot, get out.
Yeah.
Get out.
All right. Patrick, enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks.
Enjoy some baseball. You can check out his work, pages of the Daily Reflector, onlinereflector.com. Forgot to mention, I referenced your article on the show yesterday. We were talking about improvements to Minji's.
Oh,
Maybe we got plenty of time to dive into that.
That building will still be here.
Did you say hopefully?
Yeah, because it's pretty windy out. I don't know.
I think, I don't know if hopefully is the word. There's a lot of people that wouldn't mind Minji's accidentally blowing over.
Just accidentally not being there tomorrow.
And having to start from scratch. All right, let's take a break. When we return, we'll dive more into Canes and Devils with our resident Caniac, Brooks Hill, who is a minor league hockey announcer. His season just coming to an end up in Binghamton, New York. But Brooksy will get us ready for Game 1 of Canes and Devils when we return Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
I was just a skinny lad, never knew no good from bad, but I
Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Bud Light was proved to be delicious and easy to drink beer, even when little things in life are hard, like when the game is going into overtime, but you have even more time to enjoy it in a fresh Bud Light. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local retailer today. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Getting a Jersey Mike's sub top Mike's way with onion, lettuce, tomatoes, oregano, and the juice is the bee's knees. Actually, it's better than the bee's knees. I mean, what's the purpose of knees on bees? They don't crouch, they just buzz around. But Mike's Way has a purpose, topping your sub the authentic Jersey way. It's the cat's pajamas. Wait, cats don't wear pajamas. Mike's Way is better. Let's just leave it at that. Get your sub top Mike's Way. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Hey Wood Ducks fans, be sure to purchase your single game tickets online at woodducksbaseball.com. Have a big group? No problem. Book your group tickets by calling our front office at Granger Stadium. This year's schedule features the return of daily themes including Tribute Tuesday, Winning and Wind Down Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Mother Earth Friday, Pepsi Saturday, and Dogs and Dogs Day. Make sure to follow the Down East Wood Ducks on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook so you don't miss anything. We hope to see you out at Granger Stadium all season long. Let's go Woodies! To keep your bodies active and engaged in the activities that you love, you need a good stretch. And at Bodies and Balance, that's the mission they follow to give you the best quality of life. The team at Bodies and Balance can create a stretch or massage program that is right for you, featuring aromatherapy, hot stones, hot towels, cupping, percussion, and myofacial work at no extra cost if requested. And don't forget to mention Pirate Radio and get your first massage for $1 per minute and your first stretch free. Call today at 916-4530 and check them out online at bodiesandbalance.com.
Take control of your health today with Arc Point Labs. Are you feeling tired, exhausted, or lethargic and not able to explain why? Fatigue can be caused by a number of things such as lack of sleep, illness, or chronic disease. The Arc Point Lab Fatigue Panel is designed to help people understand what could be causing their fatigue. Get a simple blood test today by getting started at arcpointlabs.com or call 629-6228. Arc Point Labs. Accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Visit arcpointlabs.com.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio.
You know, if you're going to put your name on something, it better be your best work.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese, biscuits, and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, the plan for the rest of today's show, little hockey talk, some football talk, and then some baseball and etc. While East Carolina and North Carolina are playing during hour number 3 of our show. We got Warren Saba coming up at 5 o'clock. If you're not into baseball and want to hear some football talk, Warren Saba from the Michigan Panthers will join us coming up in about 15 minutes. And Brooks Hill will join us now, former intern Brooksy, now a hockey announcer in his own right for minor league hockey up in Binghamton. He is our resident Caniac, and the Canes play the Devils in Game 1 of Round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs coming up tonight at 7 o'clock. Brooks, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing good. Ready for Game 1 coming up tonight as the Hurricanes take on the Devils. And Brooks, let's recap round 1 first before we move on. Really competitive series, really fun series with the Islanders. Canes fail to get by the Islanders at home. They have to go on the road. They do it there in Game 6. So a back and forth series, Brooks. Really good games. What did you think of round 1?
I thought it was very good for the Hurricanes. Obviously, you never want to lose a home game in the playoffs, but the road team in the NHL playoffs this year has been actually very, very good. And in fact, when you get to overtime, the road team has like a big-time advantage. I think with Seattle winning last night on the road against Dallas in their second round, I think the road team is like 12-3 in overtime this playoff season. So it's kind of great that the Hurricanes are proving that they can win on the road, as they did it twice in the last round, and I think they're going to need to try to be able to do that again against these New Jersey Devils. And everybody's going to keep talking about, they're missing Pacioretty, they're missing Svechnikov, they're missing Teravainen, but they seem to find the ways to get the job done. You still got Sebastian Aho, and that seems to be enough to get through the first round, and we'll see if it is in the second round.
It'll be tonight, 7 o'clock, when the Hurricanes take on the Devils. And Brooks, look, these two teams split during the regular season. They split on home ice as well. Canes won 1 at home, 1 on the road, as did the Devils. So even matchup on paper. You look at the odds, it's pretty even there as far as the series price goes for the winner. So what's your take on New Jersey? What stands out about the Devils?
Jersey Devils got some really good players. They traded for Timo Meier at the deadline, who a lot of people wanted the Hurricanes to pick up from San Jose. He's a good goal scorer. He did not score in round 1, so looking like the Hurricanes might have lucked out a little bit on that one, but only time will tell on that, because the asking price for Timo Meier was way too high, and Don Waddell did not want to pay a high price and give up the future for a, quote, rental player on this year's team. So he's always going to be good. Jack Hughes, 86, and for the Devils is going to be, the guy to watch. The offense really does run through him. You got former Hurricanes, Eric Halla, and Dougie Hamilton on this New Jersey squad. I think I read it correctly that this is going to be the 3rd straight year that Eric Halla has faced the Hurricanes in the playoffs. So that's a storyline in itself. And they got a really good goaltender in Schmid. The guy was playing junior hockey 2 years ago in the highest level of junior hockey in the United States, got a minor league contract, and now playing for the New Jersey Devils, and he just shut out the Rangers in Game 7. So they got a hot goaltender right now, and the Hurricanes got decisions to make on who's going to play for them, as Anderson got them the win in Game 6. He hadn't won a game since the bubble back in 2020 in the playoffs. And then Antti looked good really throughout the entire playoffs. So you got a lot of options in goal for the Hurricanes, and I think it's just going to be how do you solve Schmid for the Devils is going to be the story.
On the Kane side, with the goaltending there, Brooks, as you mentioned, we saw them both in round 1 with Anderson in the series finale victory over the Islanders. So I don't know, if all things are equal and everybody's healthy, what do you want to see in the nets for Carolina starting tonight, and how would you play it throughout the series?
Well, I think Frederik Andersen did a good job in Game 6. Unfortunately, I had to watch the game on replay, as we had a semifinal game wrapping up here in Binghamton. So after he gave up an early goal, really settled in, made a lot of great saves to keep the Hurricanes in the game and to send the game to overtime. So you could say that you stay with him tonight because he won his last game. That's part of the argument. Or, hey, Ronta played really well in the 5 games leading up to Game 6, and why not go back to him? So I could see either playing in the net for them. I don't think we're going to see Kochetkov. I think it'll be Ronta and Anderson the whole way, unless somebody does get hurt. And as of today, I haven't been able to see who's starting at morning skate. So I'd have to probably go out, and if I was going to put money down on it, I would say that Anderson starts tonight, and then based on how tonight goes, they either stay with them or they switch it up for Game 2.
Brooks Hill joining us, Canes and Devils. Game 1 coming up tonight in round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And what a playoffs it has been, Brooks, as the big bad Boston Bruins eliminated from the playoffs. And then how about last night, the Florida Panthers, they knock off the Toronto Maple Leafs. So you've got right now, the Maple Leafs were the favorite. As I looked at it yesterday during my chat with Wade Minter, they were the favorite to come out of the East. Now, if you look, you'll probably get New Jersey and Carolina kind of even coming out of the East, with the Maple Leafs facing a 0-1 deficit right now in their series against Florida. So, you see these surprises every year, but every time they happen, you're still surprised, right? I mean, you got to be pretty shocked that the Bruins lost that Game 7 on home ice.
Yeah, it's tough, and the President's Trophy curse is real, just like the Madden curse. I think it's been 10 years since the President's Cup team that with the most regular season points won the Stanley Cup. I think it was the 13 Blackhawks was the last team to do it. So it's just really, it's really unfortunate for them. I think the rest of the United States is very happy that a Boston sports team is out in the first round. But, you got guys like Patrice Bergeron, Selke finalist, who might have played his last game. It's going to be tough. They got a lot of core pieces up there in Boston. I think they're still fine for the future. I don't think they're going to, dismantle the team and start a rebuild process just because they got bounced in the first round. Unfortunately, it's just... it proves the point that once you get to the playoffs, how good you did in the regular season really doesn't matter anymore. And can you win 4 games before you lose 3, or before you lose 4, I should say. It's just the way you approach it. Like the Hurricanes really did a good job in the regular season against the Islanders. Only lost 1 game against them. Okay, in the playoffs they lost 2, but it was, hey, we're going to beat them 4 times before they can beat us 4 times. So hopefully they can do the same here with the Devils coming up, and I think it's going to be a higher scoring affair than what it was for the New York series.
Brooks Hill joining us, talking Canes, Devils, and Stanley Cup playoffs. Brooks, if I asked you, who is the most important Hurricane this series? Who needs to have a good series against New Jersey to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals? Who would be your answer?
It would 100% be Sebastian Aho. He has a lot of weight on his shoulders. You don't like to play the injury game, but with the way that things have gone for the Hurricanes, it seems like it's really falling on 20 shoulders. Now, he's a great player, $8.5 per year, or $8.5 million per year, I should say, on his contract, and he's got to prove to everybody outside of North Carolina why he gets that money. He's not a household name, probably because Raleigh's not a huge TV market. You don't get a ton of national time compared to the other teams where you see where you see some of the people on New Jersey who have the same exact stats as him. The Hurricanes aren't a superstar team because they're built so well depth-wise where you can roll all 4 lines at any point of the night. But if Aho has a good series, I think the Hurricanes come out on top. Now, if he gets some support from Jarvis and Natchez, I think the Hurricanes are looking good. And if they can get that power play clicking at the same rate that they were against the Islanders, I think that's going to be huge. And if the penalty kill does just as good, then they'll be fine. The Hurricanes had a 95% penalty kill in the first round, which was the highest of all the playoff teams through round 1. So those are definitely going to be the big factors.
Brooks Hill joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. It'll be Canes and Devils coming up tonight, 7 o'clock, game 1 on ESPN. Brooks, great stuff, man. Thank you for joining us, giving us your insight on hockey. How about you as far as games you're calling? Has your season come to an end, or are you still rolling there?
Unfortunately, it came to an end Monday night. We made it to the semifinals and lost 3-1 in a Game 3 decision. So they actually took the ice out at the arena yesterday, and the boards are coming down as they get ready for concert season here in the arena during the summer. So the Black Bear season comes a little bit up short looking for the Commissioner's Cup, but an improvement from last year, made it into the semifinal round for the first time. And, I guess we're getting ready for off-season work. So we're having exit interviews today with the players. I'm talking to the guys, trying to get their feel, who's staying around for the summer, who's going back home, all that kind of stuff. So saying some goodbyes, too, and it's definitely a little bit different. I put on Twitter that I thought it was rough when the Hurricanes, get eliminated from the playoffs. It's really tough when the team that you work for gets eliminated. I definitely was not ready for that emotion.
Well, Brooks, thanks for joining us today, man. Keep up the good work. We'll talk to you later on these playoffs as the Hurricanes continue to try to reach their goal, which is to hoist the Stanley Cup once again. So we'll talk to you a week or so from now, Brooks, and see where we are with these Canes.
All right. Hope you guys can get the Hurricanes defense to clamp down this series.
Good reference there, Brooks, especially with Kim McNeill joining us earlier on the show today. Brooks Hill joining us. Clamp down Canes tonight, 7 o'clock, as they face the New York Devils. We'll look at other scores and games going on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Buck.
Buck. When
we return on Pirate Radio Live. As we go to break, Glenn Griffin. It's a tough one. In fact, on this list I have, it is the second worst team, according to them, the Los Angeles Clippers.
It is. Osaka.
Well, Shirley, go to break. Glenn's banned for a segment.
Done.
Maybe the rest of the day. What a moment.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers. Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
This is Aaron Williams with Ease Plumbing.
This is Mike Hoggart with Viva Electric.
This is Mark McLaughlin, Roland Black Heating and Cooling.
We have teamed up to form New Blue Service Group, offering Eastern North Carolina the best in plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Same great local team, same great local service, just a new name. Contact us at callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, where we are redefining service excellence. Call us today to help with your plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Go Pirates.
Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit greenvilleautoworld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best zero sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in Uptown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American airline flights perfect for your next trip. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington has everything you need for game day or any other day for men and women. Whether it's dress, casual, or even a formal occasion, Russell's has you covered. Russell's has served Eastern North Carolina and beyond for 40 years with quality clothing and personal service. Russell's Clothing on Main Street in downtown Washington. Pirates supporting pirates. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, the green glove is on the left hand of Garrett Saylor as he toes the bump for the Pirates as they get ready for the North Carolina Tar Heels. They just showed on ESPN Plus the recap of the first two games, and I had forgotten about the big innings that East Carolina had in both of the games, the one here and the one in Chapel Hill, to beat North Carolina. Like North Carolina had a chance to win both of them, but the Pirates got some big innings late to knock off the Tar Heels twice. They'll try to do it again today at Clark LeClaire Stadium. All right, we'll talk some baseball. We'll talk about Glenn's latest transgression and more, but right now we will talk some football with Warren Saba, former Pirate safety, who joins us now on the Pirate Radio Live Line. Warren with the Michigan Panthers of the USFL, and we'll catch up on how his career is going. Warren, thanks for joining us. How you doing, man?
Bahar's into. Oh, that's not it.
Oh, that's right. I set it up different. Warren, let's play the clip first, Shirley, and then I'll introduce Warren. Play the clip from his interception. Do that.
Bahar's intercepted. He fired it to the outside, and this pass is picked. It's Saba with the football, and Saba cutting it back, trying to get a pick six, wants to extend for that goal line. It takes it down inside the 5-yard line. It's Kenji Bahar who ran him down. As Saba was thinking pick six all the way. Warren Saba out of East Carolina. He had 4 picks at East Carolina his senior year alone.
Warren Saba with the pick there, and Warren Saba, the former Pirate, joins us now on the Pirate Radio Live Line. Warren, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. And let's talk about that play first, because a couple of things I love, sports and roast. And it was a combination of both that day, because you get the pick, awesome return, but you can't quite get it in the end zone. And I saw a bunch of your former ECU teammates focusing on that more so than the interception, having some fun with you. But when you get that pick and you don't get it in the end zone, some guys will throw a few jokes your way, right?
Yeah, no doubt. They hold me to a high standard, so they're going to let me know about it.
Awesome play, and man, that was your first game back from injury too, right, Warren, from last year? So, man, that had to feel special for you to get out there and make a big play like that.
No, it definitely felt good. Just being out there for the first time in a year or so. When that happened, it made the day better.
Warren Saba with the Michigan Panthers. And Warren, I thought about this too. A credit to obviously yourself for grinding, getting back through an injury, which happened very early in last season, and also credit to Michigan for keeping you on the roster and giving you a spot. I thought that was very neat that you were able to be out for pretty much an entire year, but come back strong with the Michigan Panthers. I know you're appreciative of that.
No, definitely, most definitely. I couldn't thank them more for the opportunity that they're giving me, and I'm going to take advantage and make the most out of it.
Talking to Warren Saba, playing in the USFL with the Michigan Panthers, off to a 2-1 start. So, Warren, tell us about how the season's going for you and for the guys so far.
I would say the season's going well for us. We lost the last game. And credit to New Jersey for coming out and playing hard and wanting more. But it's going well, man. The guys, we're all good. We're gelling, vibing in the locker room. Everybody's ready to work and put out good product for film and for the fans.
What's your week like, Warren? You play on the weekend, so what's a midweek like for you? And give us kind of the day-to-day on practice and treatment and everything you have to go through with the USFL.
Today, Tuesday's usually the off day, so I'm at the house chilling, did some shopping. I needed some groceries, so I got that done. But the rest of the week, we will meet at 9 a.m., treatment before that, and practice, watch film, and it's the same thing every day.
Warren, how about the hubs and where you play the games? Explain that to us on how that works and where you're located and where you play every game.
Okay, so there's 4 hubs: Birmingham, Memphis, Canton, Ohio, and Detroit. 2 teams are placed in each hub. I'm here in Detroit, of course, playing for the Michigan Panthers, and our hub team is the Philadelphia Stars. So, we share the same meeting room space, training room space. So, they're in the building with us quite a bit. So, you get to talk to them and, kind of game plan that way, too.
Yeah, you got I believe the XFL playoffs going on. USFL just getting the season underway, 3 weeks in now. Former ECU tight end Bryce Williams joins us every week on the show, and he was a part of the AAF, Warren, a few years ago while you were probably still at East Carolina while the Alliance of American Football was going on, and he just talked about how the funding wasn't all there, the infrastructure wasn't all there, and it was just a kind of a mess. You try to focus on football, but you're worried about a paycheck, you're worried about food and all kinds of stuff. It sounds like that these guys, the USFL and the XFL, really have a good infrastructure. Would you agree to that? Is everything kind of taken care of there in the USFL?
Yeah, there's really no problems, going on with that. They pay us for housing. I haven't had a problem with my checks or worrying about not getting paid on a weekly basis. And I really can't complain. They supply us with what we need for treatment. The games are running smoothly. I have nothing bad to say about it at all.
Yeah, that's good to hear. A positive experience in the USFL for Warren Saba. Warren, how about the end goal for you? You're playing these games. You're trying to win every play, win every game, but are you also thinking, hey, the NFL is still out there, other opportunities are still out there? What's kind of the long-term plan in football for Warren Saba?
Yeah, I'm using this opportunity to get good film and get picked up, and fulfill my dreams of playing in the NFL. Of course, that's the end goal for me. Like I say, I'm grateful for this opportunity I'm getting. A lot of people don't have it, so I'm taking advantage of it and trying to make the most of it.
Warren, as you know, the NFL draft just came and went. We had a bunch of Pirates who signed free agent deals after the draft, and still a few out there. And Isaiah Winstead comes to mind, Miles Berry, Xavier Smith, guys that certainly could play football somewhere, but as of this point have not received a free agent deal with the NFL. Would you give them advice? Hey, come try the XFL, come try the USFL, maybe even Canadian Football League. There's other options out there. Would you, guys that were maybe left out of the NFL contracts, would you give them advice to maybe try one of these other leagues out there?
Yeah, I mean, if their heart's in it and they want to go that route, I would encourage it. I would just say, stay down, just stay in touch with your peoples, and everybody who's helping you out right now, and try to reach out to teams. It's not too late to get any camp invites or anything like that, because I think Snead got picked up 2 days before they were supposed to report. So up in Pittsburgh. So I mean, the opportunities out there. I just seen Isaiah's video from Twitter, Reed Sports Center. So I just seen that. So he'll probably get something. He's a good player for sure.
Man, he's I'm a big fan of his. I know you didn't get to play with him at East Carolina. He only had 1 year here, but I'm a little surprised. I know that teams want to look at that 40 time and things like that, but just watching game film, I don't know, Warren, sometimes it seems like teams focus too much on the drills and not really the film. I don't know. Have you ever had those thoughts?
Yeah, I've had those thoughts before, but I mean, everybody sees the film, so I mean, for what I know, they're basing it off of how you play.
Yeah,
he's definitely nice. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
Warren Saba joining us on the Pirate Radio Live Line. Warren, East Carolina wins a bowl game. I know you were happy to see that, and Pirates trying to get back here on track, and it looks like Mike Houston and company have done that. Blake Harrell on the defensive side of the ball. How much did you follow the Pirates in their bowl-winning season last year?
Nah, I watched every game. Me and Jaquan, we used the group, got on FaceTime and watched the games.
Yeah.
And, so I watched everyone. I still stayed in touch with, Miles and X, Holton. So, I talked to those guys. I was really happy that, they got to win that, got to play in the game and experience that. I expect the same thing, just like everybody else.
Warren, we were shocked that Keaton Mitchell did not hear his name called in the draft. You've kind of been through this before. You know how it works, but behind the scenes, we never know exactly what a team's looking for in a player. But were you surprised that the Speedy Mitchell didn't hear his name called in the draft?
Yeah, I was surprised, but, he got picked up quick. So, it's all about the opportunity you're given and what you do with it. And, he's going to do the great things.
Warren Saba joining us. So, Warren, you can watch Warren Saba on NBC coming up this week as Michigan takes on the Memphis Showboats. That'll be at Ford Field coming up. How about playing in facilities like that, Warren? That's pretty cool to play there in Ford Field.
No, most definitely. First time playing in the Dome, it's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely a spot I go check out. For a Lions game. Since they sell out the place quite more than we do, but it's definitely a nice stadium, and it's a good game day atmosphere.
Warren Saba joining us, 7:30 Peacock and NBC coming up this weekend as Warren and the guys Saturday, May the 6th, will take on the Memphis Showboats. Chandler, you got a question for Warren. You saw a photo of him recently.
Yeah, I did. I remember being on Twitter. This was, about a week or two ago, Warren, but I was on Twitter going through my timeline, And I had to stop and look at this picture because, there was no context to it, but it was you and the self-defense guy. I believe I looked it up. His name is Commander Dale Brown. So tell us about meeting him, and did he teach you any self-defense moves?
Yeah, he's famous, from the social media videos with the Detroit Survival Training Team. He came up there and he was pretty cool. He showed the team a couple moves we could use on the field if necessary. So it was pretty cool, just interacting and having fun while just learning something new.
And you nailed his famous pose too. That was cool, Warren. Warren Saba joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Warren, some bad news. Cavaliers fell in the playoffs to the Knicks, but young Cavs team, future is bright for those guys, right?
No, most definitely. I thought we could make it to the finals this year. Of course, being a Cleveland fan that I am, but we have a bright future. We have a good, young team, and they're gonna get it done. I believe in them.
How about your Browns? What's the outlook on the 2023 Cleveland Browns, Warren?
Hey, Super Bowl all the way. We got Watson for a full season. Roster's already looking good. We made some good picks in this year's draft. Just hopefully we have a healthy off season. And I would beware of those Browns.
Beware the Browns. All right. Cleveland through and through. Warren Saba joining us here on the Pirate Radio Live line. All right, Warren. So Memphis coming up for you guys this week. The season rolls on. What I don't know. What do you want to improve on? And what do you like what you're doing so far as your play in the USFL?
I just like that I'm competing against other guys who are hungry for the same opportunity. To be honest, it shows a lot to me, proves a lot to a lot of other people who maybe have not believed in my abilities, but I'm having fun with it. I'll just take it day by day, and whatever the coaches need me to do, I come to work and try to do my job to the best of my ability.
How often you run across Pirates, Warren, in the USFL?
I haven't. I know last year, Garrett.
Yeah.
Me and Garrett talked for a little bit. We were both staying in Birmingham, so I seen him a lot. But I haven't run into many Pirates yet.
Yeah, maybe some in the future. Well, Warren, we'll let you get back to having a day off. I know you don't get many of those, so enjoy the day. Thanks for joining us, man. Always enjoy catching up with you, and we'll do it again down the road.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm glad you had me on, and I'm always open.
Warren Saba, unlike the receivers he's guarding, he's always open. He will be playing on NBC coming up this Saturday night, 7:30, Michigan Panthers football in the USFL. Great catching up with the former Pirate there. All right, Pirates and Tar Heels are scoreless as they head into the second inning as they play right now. We'll keep you up to date on that on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Buck. When we return, we will catch you up on everything else going on in the world of sports tonight. We got a lot of day baseball finals. We'll run over those on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. I'll talk to Shirley and see if we should lift the ban on Glenn so I can ask him more NBA Jam duos from the original arcade game. So we'll have that decision for you. Coming up when we return, Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Back with you after this.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers. Welcome to Russell's Spring Style. Our screen door says welcome to a beautiful selection of new apparel for men and women. The spring colors are bold and beautiful. Men, make your next suit or sport coat purchase easy with in-house alterations to assure a great fit. Ladies, it's Russell's for the best selection in dresses, tops, and slacks for most any occasion. Russell and Rhonda work hard to make Russell's in downtown Washington your shopping destination. It's all about you, our friends and customers at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington.
Mother's Day is that special day where moms shouldn't have to cook. Fifth Street Hardware and Tap Room has you covered with the special Brunch Buffet Mother's Day. The brunch will include a prime rib station, build your own waffle station, and a buffet with over 12 items to choose from to make everyone in the family happy. Fifth Street Hardware and Tap Room is located on 5th Street beside the State Theater. Visit them on Facebook or Instagram for more information and daily specials. And we'll see you Mother's Day for the best brunch buffet in town.
North Carolina State Parks invites you to enjoy camping your way. With the weather changing, booking your own cabin is the perfect solution for your camping getaway. Reserve campsites or cabins today at Jones Lake, Goose Creek, and Cliffs of the Neuse. Whether you enjoy traditional camping or air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi, your next adventure can include hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. For information on booking a cabin, visit ncparks.gov. Celebrating a special grad but no time to cook? Why not let Jimmy John's cater your graduation party? Enjoy Jimmy John's famous Mini Jimmys in 12, 18, or 30-piece party packs made to order with fresh baked bread, hand-sliced meats, and local veggies, and delivered right to you. Whether you have a few guests or a few hundred, Jimmy John's will make your graduation gathering an A+ event. Jimmy John's, open 7 days a week in Greenville and Wilson. Order now on the Jimmy John's app or online at jimmyjohns.com.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
At US Cellular, you can get one line for just $29.99 with unlimited data, which is good news for you, friendly hermit who shuns society and lives in a cabin all by himself.
Wow, thanks. You know, you'd be surprised how much data a hermit goes through.
Actually, I'm not that surprised at all. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Coach Gary Overton, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Order Jersey Mike's on the mobile app and get delivery right to your home, or you can save time and order ahead and skip the line to pick up from your nearest Jersey Mike's sub location. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Cliff.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Shirley Rhodes, Big Dog here. Chandler out in the jungle. I'm checking out his videos that he's posting here on Pirate Radio.
The wind's blowing, but
he's talking to Brian Dilday and Josh Thomas.
5 o'clock for ECU versus UNC.
And he says, we're trying to see what super fans have on the grill. And they didn't show the grill. Where's the grill? I want to see the
I was
food.
very disappointed that they didn't give me a shot at the grill.
The whole time I'm waiting to see what is on the grill.
I'm very disappointed we didn't get a reveal there.
We need to have a little chitty chat with Mr.
Well, he was not the cameraman of this show.
Oh, okay.
Chandler was not the cameraman. It was,
okay, gotcha.
Look, he's the face of the video.
He should be directing it.
It's on him.
Okay, that's fair.
Garrett Saylor is dealing. How about 5 strikeouts through 2 innings of work right now?
He's cooking. You could say he's grilling.
Now he's grilling, and we know what's on his grill. That's a lot of K's. Garrett Saylor gets East Carolina through 2 innings unscathed. Now the Pirates will bat in the bottom of the 2nd inning with no score going on down the road at Clark LeClaire Stadium. A windy one out there today, folks. And I don't know which way it's blowing. I did see somebody tweet that Josh Moylan hit one that might have had a shot, if not for the wind conditions going on today. So it is a windy one out at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and it is a scoreless one as of right now. No score between the Pirates and the Tar Heels on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, presented by The Buck.
The Buck.
Looking at what's going on today in Major League Baseball, we got some finals, including the Tigers knocking off the Mets 6-5. I hate to see that. Game 1 of a doubleheader. The Diamondbacks beat the Rangers 12-7. It was the Giants over the Astros 4-2. Going on right now in the 4th inning, the Phillies lead the Dodgers 5-3, bottom of the 4th there in LA, and the Reds scoreless against the Padres. It is 4-0 Reds, or excuse me, 4-0 Padres over the Reds, who do not have a run in that game as they play in the 5th inning. Braves try to knock off the Marlins again. They play at 6:40 in Miami. Braves own the Marlins. In fact, I tweeted it out last night. If the Marlins won 100 games in a row against the Braves, let's say something happens, the Marlins they get Gary Sheffield back and Jeff Conine and Edgar Renteria and Craig Counsell, and they win 100 straight against the Braves, which would take how many times they play a year? It used to be 19 or 20. Maybe it's down to like 12 now or something. I don't know how many
interleague play and stuff.
Yeah, now they're doing even schedules across Major League Baseball, so the number against your division games is down. But say it's like even 15 times, so they'd win like 5-6 straight years of just beating the Braves. They would, if they won 100 straight games, the Braves would still have the record advantage overall by 1 game.
Wow.
The Braves are 101 games above 500 against the Marlins franchise.
Those early years were brutal, apparently.
Well, I mean,
and there's been there's been a lot of dips. Like either the Marlins are good or they're ultra trash.
They are, until a few years ago, they had the best winning percentage ever in postseason because they had been to the playoffs twice and won the World Series in those years. If they make it, they're dangerous. The problem is they never make it. And one of the reasons they don't make it is because the Braves pound them every single year. So, they play tonight. All right, NBA tonight, just 1 game. It'll be game 2 between the Celtics and the Sixers. And the Sixers have a 1-0 series lead in that one. Last night, the Knicks beat the Heat, so that series is tied at 1 game apiece, and we saw the Warriors the Lakers knock off the Warriors last night, game 1 of that series. Glenn is what the heck?
No Jimmy won the Heat, though, last night, though, so that's and I don't think Embiid's back tonight for the Sixers either.
It's Wednesday.
Yes.
The Nuggets and Suns don't play till Friday?
That seems like a mistake.
What in the load management is going on in this series?
That seems like a mistake.
A mistake on who?
Somebody.
Me or the NBA?
The NBA.
I'm looking at it right here. Game
3 is Friday?
Game 3 is Friday in Phoenix.
Why didn't we get 2 games a night? That don't make no sense.
No sense at all. Is that series over, or can Phoenix get back in it?
Done. Cooked.
Man.
Especially with Chris Paul hurt.
All right. So the Nuggets will get
I just don't think they have anything for Joker. He's a man amongst boys out there.
Is this the year the Nuggets make it to the NBA Finals?
If Jamal Murray stays healthy, they could.
All right. And on the east side of things, so did the Sixers win without Embiid the other night?
Yes, it was the classic James Harden. Houston, James Harden came out.
Well,
and was fricasseeing them boys with the slow motion dribble action.
Are we in must-win territory for the
Boston?
Celtics tonight?
No.
They can go down 2-0 and still win?
Yeah, they're good.
All right.
Now, I have heard tales that if this is it for them, then they could blow it up.
If they don't win it with this group,
they would blow it up. There's tension between Jaylen Brown and the other guy,
Jason Tatum.
Yeah. And so there's tension there, and it's just time. Things run their course.
Yeah. All right, so that one's going on tonight at 8 o'clock. Stanley Cup playoffs, 2 games tonight, including the Canes and Devils game 1 of that series. Oilers play at Vegas. The Golden Knights coming up at 9:30 tonight on ESPN. So that's what's going on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
We got a Wilcoxon double. Wilcoxon took a shot off a foul ball in the last half inning. The ump did the classic walk the ball out to Saylor, give Wilcoxon a moment to get his bearings right, and it looks like he's good to go because he just slapped a double down the right field line. Now Luke Nowak batting with 2 outs in the bottom of the second.
Speaking of Pirates hitting doubles, earlier today, a friend of the program, Bryson Worrell, had a double in his first double-A at bat.
Oh, a couple of spins. There's a ball hit into right, and that ball is foul. Congratulations to Bryson Worrell. Now he's playing
Double-A for the Mississippi Braves.
Is it Double-A?
That is what I read.
Okay.
Are you talking about Bryson?
Yeah.
Yes, he is playing for Double-A.
All right.
Mississippi Braves.
Awesome. So congratulations to Bryson Worrell.
Gwinnett is triple, right?
Yes.
The Gwinnett Stripers.
Yes, they are AAA.
Chopper to short. Nowak can't beat it out, and that'll do it for the second inning as the Tar Heels and Pirates are scoreless, but it looks like we're going to put on our earmuffs, and we got a challenge going on. So they will look at that one. All right, let's open up the booty bag, Shirley, and give something away here on a Wednesday.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, what do you want to give away?
A shrimp taco lunch, courtesy of Chico's.
I want that right now. Been on a shrimp kick lately. We might have beat that out. That's close. 317-1250. What caller are you looking for?
5.
Caller 5. 317-1250. Shrimp taco Chico's on the line. When we return, more to go. Pirate Radio Live will keep you up to date on what's going on out at Clark LeClaire Stadium. A chilly one, a windy one, and a scoreless one as they review a Luke Nowak play at first. And he is going to be, wow. They might just call him out. That is very close. If he's safe, it'll be first and third, 2 men out. If he's out, the inning is over. I think they're going to call him out. We'll see. We'll have that for you when we return after this.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an auto owner's independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with auto owner's insurance.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
This is Talbot Green with Integrity Home Mortgage. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home you want to purchase comes for sale today? Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offers over 50 years of experience.
To get started, call me, Braxton Green, at 526-8260.
Braxton Green, NMLS 222-3878. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender, NMLS 208516.
Spring is in the air at your CBD store. Make them your go-to shop for all natural sleep, calm, recovery, and wellness products. Their trusted products are award-winning, third-party tested, and only available at your CBD store. Get 15% off any purchase. Just mention the code SPRING. New gifts and accessories are also in stock. Everything from CBD to charcuterie boards. Spring on by to your CBD store today. Open 7 days a week. Call ahead for pickup at 999-5127. Your CBD store, 420 East Arlington Boulevard, beside Jet's Pizza. Familia is your go-to spot for the best Italian dishes around, including pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts.
That's Familia.
Enjoy half-off wine night on Wednesdays, $3 drafts on Thursdays, or get a pizza of the week for just $12.
That's Familia.
Place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their drive-thru window for pickup.
That's Familia.
Clip, really?
Oh, sorry.
Familia on Fire Tower Road in Winterville near Pitt Community College.
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of Pip Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 five-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growatpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. Pip, where business goes to grow.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today? And then you hear
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. UniversitySportswearENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, UniversitySportswearENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit UniversitySportswearENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. UniversitySportswearENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for just $2.99. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
This is Dale Murphy, 2-time National League MVP and number 3 with the Atlanta Braves. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. East Plumbing, Viva Electric, and Roland Black Heating and Cooling have teamed up to form New Blue Service Group, offering Eastern North Carolina the best in plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Same great local team, same great local service, just a new name. For plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services, go to callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, where we are redefining service excellence. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, good pickup by Moylan on a skipper by Starman, and they get the out at first, 4-3. 2 down now in the top of the 3rd inning, no score. They did call Nowak out at first, as I said they were, Jamie. He said, what happens to tie go to the runner? I don't know if it was a tie. If they called him safe originally, they probably would have stuck with that. I think it was too close to overturn either way. All right, so no score on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dub Buck. All right, Big Dog. Can you do this without cursing?
Yeah, run them down.
Cool.
I'll finish out the list.
All right, so the Celtics, NBA Jam Original Arcade Edition.
Easy.
It had, well, go ahead and say who it was.
It was Kevin McNeill and Reggie Lewis.
It was. Reggie Lewis, it says in this write-up I'm reading, one of the 2 players that died that's in this game within the year it was released. And I was like, who is the other guy?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who the other guy is.
And it took me to scroll down to find it. And we'll get there in a minute if you can't come up with it on your own.
I'll probably get there when you are doing the teams.
All right. Miami Heat, one of my favorite players in the 90s.
Ronnie Cycli.
Was not Ronnie Cycli, but he is on the team. The other guy was one of my favorite players.
Glenn Rice.
Glenn Rice, when he played for the Hornets, was one of my favorites. Where did Ronnie Cycli go to college?
Syracuse.
That is correct. Way to go, big dog. Interesting team here. How in the world is this team not near the end? I don't know, but the Sacramento Kings. This was not Mitch Richmond era. This is...
they had Spud Webb.
This is like light blue and red.
Light blue and red era.
Sacramento Kings.
They had
Spud is correct.
How do I know this? Wayman Tisdale.
Yeah, and I thought that he might have been the guy that died. He died later, though. He was like a... didn't he play like saxophone and some stuff?
Yeah, he was the cool guy.
Yeah.
Oklahoma guy.
Wayman Tisdale and Spud Webb. All right, Lakers.
The Lakers at that point had... Man, that's tough. That's tough.
Is
it Vlade?
You got a Hall of Famer and Vlade.
It is James Worthy and Vlade.
It is James Worthy and Vlade Divac. James Worthy on the tail end of his career. Vlade just getting going. All right, we talked about the Bulls, Scotty and Ho Grant. Who represented the bad boys for the Pistons in the original NBA Jam Arcade Edition?
Isaiah Thomas and Bill Laimbeer.
That is correct. All right, we talked about the Hornets, LJ and Gil. A couple of good Spurs were on this video game, Glenn. Who were they?
Sean Elliott. That's the other person that died.
No.
Sean Elliott's not dead?
He's still alive today, I think.
Are you sure?
I know he's not dead after this year because he went on to hit some big shots in the playoffs.
He's definitely not dead yet at that point, but I thought he died.
Sean Elliott, Glenn trying to kill the man, and I'm pretty sure he is still with us. Yeah.
And David Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to kill Sean Elliott?
I thought he died. 100%.
Do you remember that he had a tippy-toe three?
Yes.
To win a game in the old Alamo Dome. I don't remember who it was against, but he was alive. Here is the tragic death, Glenn.
Oh, I know it.
This is a good team, New Jersey Nets.
It's Drazen Petrovic and Derek Coleman.
Yeah. That's a good team, and Drazen Petrovic. He died in a car crash, right?
Yes. Horrible.
Houston had a good team.
Kenny and the Dream.
That is correct. Portland. Who was with Clyde?
They had Terry Porter with Clyde Drexler.
That is correct. Well done. The Orlando Magic.
Scott Skiles and Shaq. If you had the home edition, you got Scott Skiles and Nick Anderson. And Nick Anderson couldn't shoot threes because he was Shaq's player, and they just changed the model.
What a quirk that is. All right, New York Knicks. Give me the arcade edition and the home edition.
Arcade edition was you had no shooters. You had Oakley and Ewing.
Yep.
So you were violent on defense and blocks, but you had nothing else. And then home edition, you got John Starks in the rotation.
Which I like that, John Starks and Ewing.
Yeah.
More so than, and I'm an Oakley fan, but not an NBA Jam. I need a guy that can. Which Starks wasn't much of a shooter. I don't know.
You needed a guard and a big man.
You needed a guard, yeah,
to make it work.
All right, we talked about the Warriors, Run TMC. The Atlanta Hawks.
They had Dominique, Kevin Willis, or something like that.
No, the Plastic Man.
Oh, Stacey Augmon.
Stacey Augmon.
They had two forwards.
Plastic. But that's a fun team with those two guys. Phoenix Suns.
Which version?
I'm only seeing the.
There's two.
Wait
versions.
a minute.
There's.
I'm seeing. Well, this is arcade.
Arcade.
Version.
So you've got Barkley and Marley.
Thunder Dan.
In the home edition, no Chuck. If you bought yours after like the first 2 months, because Chuck got his own video game deal, Michael smartened him up to the game, and Chuck got his own deal.
Barkley Shut Up and Jam
was his own game. And so if you bought yours not at release date, but a few months after, you got Kevin Johnson and Dan Marley.
All right, that is correct. The number 3 team on this list is only because of one of these Supersonics and not the other. Who were the Supersonics?
Sean Kemp was so cool to play with.
Yeah,
And then the worst. Benoit Benjamin.
Benoit Benjamin, yeah.
The worst player in the history. Worse than Brad Lowhouse.
Jazz got their stars on the game.
Yeah, Stockton and Malone.
And the number one team on this list for teams to play with is a shocker to me, but it's the Indiana Pacers.
They had Reggie and they had Detlef Schrempf.
Detlef Schrempf.
Who could block shots and shoot threes, and that's why he was good.
So you had 2 3-point shooters?
If you had a big man that could shoot and block shots, it was over. It was over.
Man, I can't believe your recall for this game.
I think I got them all but Stacey Ogman.
That was very impressive. The plastic man. All right. Jamie says Kemp is my man. Detlef was one of my Pacers guys. Jamie says Reggie wasn't on there, was he? He was, according to this list, yeah.
Yeah. Now, he may have not been on the home version, but I don't remember. I want to say he was.
I had the home version, but something about it wasn't the same as the arcade. It just wasn't.
It wasn't for you?
Which I had Super Nintendo.
Yeah. You remember your...
The Sega might have been better. I don't know.
I thought the Super Nintendo port was superior.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the Super Nintendo version. You remember the fake characters? Or they were real people, but you could get them in the game.
It was like Bill Clinton?
Gore.
You know, I was too young. I wasn't even a Beastie Boys fan, but were they in the game?
Beastie Boys were in it. Some of the programmers were in it. Some of the mascots, I believe, were in it. That may have been a tournament edition thing, but I believe they were in it.
My favorite thing about NBA Live back then, for some reason, I don't think they had the rookies in the game. But if you create a player and you name him Kevin Garnett, it would immediately pop up all their attributes.
Nah.
Yeah. I remember something like that.
Games were not connected to the internet back then. There was no way for them to pull the stats.
That part is true. No, I get that. What you're saying makes sense in a way, but
they would generate it. It'd be a generated player.
Yeah. But if you put in a certain name or whatever, it would give the attributes of that guy. You don't remember that?
Man, I think you're pulling.
I remember that.
I think you're pulling.
Do I have a fake memory?
I think you got Berenstain Bears. I think you have you have a fake memory here.
Does anybody else know what I'm talking about? Where if you put in...
I do not remember them magically showing up and being correct. I definitely remember having to insert them into games because they didn't have the deal done yet when the game dropped.
I just feel like I remember around that Stackhouse and Garnett era.
Nah.
Like putting in their names and then like it would have what they look like and everything.
I had to create it. No, I had to create Jerry from scratch.
I don't know, man. Anybody?
It didn't happen. I just don't pull. I was pretty plugged, obviously, on basketball games back then, and I feel like it didn't happen.
Jamie remembers Derek McKee for the Pacers. I remember him being in one of the games.
It may have been home version. Strength may have been on Seattle by now.
Eric says, remember M player for the Bulls was a 99 rating?
Yes.
All right. Jamie says there were codes to add players. So maybe it was
for
a
NBA
code.
Jam. It was a code.
Well, I'm talking about NBA Live now.
I don't remember that.
I'm telling you, you put it in and boom, the player pops up.
I don't remember that.
I got to find this on Google.
I think KG was missing out on some money there. They had him secretly inserted into the game.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. I'm going to see if I can Google what I'm thinking about right now. Back with more. No score between the Pirates and the Tar Heels. We'll keep you up to date on that on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck. More to go on Pirate Radio Live after this.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
Jeff Stein, our special guest from Brown & Wood. Hey, Jeff, electric cars are coming. What's that mean for Brown & Wood customers?
For the customers, like it or not, EV is coming. We've installed 5 electric vehicle chargers here at the dealership. We have the all-new Cadillac Lyriq coming at 1st of 2024, and we've just seen the first reservation for the new Sierra EV.
People are interested in electric vehicles. How can they get up with you?
They can visit us at brownandwood.net or 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
The Rick House has a delicious new lunch menu. It's Chef K's Country Luncheon featuring the very best in country cooking Monday through Friday from 11 to 1. Plates are just $12.50 for hamburger steak with gravy, meatloaf, baked chicken, smoked ribs, brisket, and more. Our country sides include mac and cheese, collards, corn on the cob, mashed potatoes, southern greens, and much more. Plates are just $12.50. It's Chef K's Country Luncheon weekdays from 11 to 1 at the Rick House, 710 Red Banks Road in Greenville. Come get you some.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Hey, John, I see your new system's having issues already.
Yeah, I used the other guy with an AC brand I've never heard of.
You should have used Delcor, John. They install Train. It's hard to stop a train.
I know, but the other guy was cheaper.
Cheaper isn't better, John.
I know.
Don't use the other guy. Call Delcor. For a limited time, buy a new Train system and pay 0% interest for 12 months. Visit Delcor.com for more details. Delcor, the service professionals.
Pirate Radio.
All of our last names are ECU.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back, and taking a quick look at your stock market report. The Dow was down 270 points, finished at 33,414. NASDAQ was down 55 at 12,025, and the S&P dropped 28 points and closed out the day at 4,090. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville, Wells Fargo Advisors LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Well, one Honeycutt is doing a good job at Clark LeClaire Stadium. Unfortunately, that is Vance Honeycutt. He hit a home run for North Carolina.
Solo shot.
Our Chandler Honeycutt. He's doing all right. I'm just being hard on the guy.
Not getting his shots of what's on the grill.
Yeah, that's
a problem.
That's tough. So it is 1-0 Tar Heels over the Pirates as they play now in the bottom of the fourth inning as Moylan gets the ground out to end the fourth. Oh, I thought you were going to say something, Shirley. On the Buccaneer Music Hall School Board presented by Buck. Barstool Sports News, Ben Mintz has been fired from Barstool.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
They canned him.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Man. According to an announcement from Dave Portnoy. So I'll have to read into that after we're done with this show, but just saw that out.
Clipper, if we were as invested in the Pirate Radio cinematic universe as we are in the Barstool cinematic universe, it would probably make a difference.
Maybe.
Probably
be better around here.
There's so much drama going on over there that I just can't wrap my head around it. Maybe that's the whole point.
It's really only about one person.
Yeah, but it's a lot of it is you're talking about at Barstool?
Yeah,
well,
Barstool.
It's like manufactured drama. It's not real
course,
drama.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This was actual drama.
Yeah.
Oh, was this actual drama? Because
Well-
I figured this was kind of like.
No, here, you want me to tell you what happened?
Yes, please, because
All
I'm kind of out of the loop on this.
Monday was May the 1st.
Okay.
Ben Mintz does a morning show.
Okay.
Ben Mintz was on his morning show rapping First of the Month by Bone Thugs and Harmony.
The unrated version.
And mistakenly said the N-word while he was rapping.
He read directly from the lyrics.
Yeah.
No changes.
And for those that don't know Ben Mintz, he is like we've had him on the show here talking college baseball.
Yes.
He is I don't know if he's a mimbo. He's just
What is a mimbo?
A male bimbo?
I don't think so.
He's not that. But what is he? He's like
his elevator is stuck between floors.
He is a widespread panic guy, so maybe the drugs have got I don't know.
But he's supposedly like 100% clean.
Okay.
And has been for a while now.
He's just flighty. He's something. It's not
elevator stuck between the floors.
Yeah.
What I like is that he comes into the office, or he would come into the office and be like, guys, I'm here, we're doing content, blah, blah, blah. And then he would disappear to the south for 3 months.
Yeah. He gets up and he says, all right, time to go to work at like 11:39 a.m.
Yeah.
Something I would do, except I don't tweet out time to go to work.
Yes.
I just kind of show up under the radar.
I think that's a very difficult, like, Barstool
You don't know how apropos or how accurate that is.
Yeah.
Barstool is like, it's both a hard company to fail at because of so much infrastructure that they have. You know, they have the ability to pretty much do anything. But it's also, it's a hard company to succeed in and to fail in at the same time somehow. I think because of the waters there.
Well, just a unfortunate incident there.
I'm really surprised, man.
I can see that part of it. It just seems like every time, and like you said, some of it is manufactured.
Most of all of it is.
Yeah,
but there was a manufactured Ben Mintz one last week because he pre-taped his morning show.
Yeah, because he had to go to a wedding in Raleigh.
And so Raleigh was the end of that man.
Yeah. All right, we got some action going. We got a stolen base by Starman, and he is on second with nobody out in the bottom of the fourth inning. So the Pirates looking to put together something here in the bottom of the fourth. It is 1-0 North Carolina as they play in sunny Greenville, North Carolina.
I take it as disrespectful that Carolina came in here with the powder blues on.
Why?
I don't know.
All right.
I'm just looking for any edge. If I was them, I would say, look, they tried to come in here using our powder.
We've beat them twice this year. Like
I know. We should have also worn powder.
Powder on
Come
powder.
in there
Yes.
with the hoity-toity Argyle on their. I mean,
we will be wearing the powders coming up this month against Campbell because Paul Lucas from UniWatch will be in the game.
Purple Amnesty Day? Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I really enjoyed my chat with him as a Jersey nerd. Like I need to go find it. I was thinking about this. I drew a picture of Jalen Rose in 1992.
Like it
because Michigan was so cool.
Yes.
And but I used to draw, make my own teams and uniform, color schemes and stuff
all the time.
I wonder if I still have those books. I need to find those and I'll put them out on Twitter.
I would love to put out. I remember this page specifically in my notebook that had back when it was first announced that Carolina was going to get an NFL team.
Yeah.
I ran through possible names of animals that are at the zoo,
the Ashburn Zoo,
and so I was like, they could be any of these animals.
Yeah,
and it would be cool
because they're right there local.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for today, Big Dog. Thanks for cussing on air and for joining us.
Soon to be a Pirate Radio release. Big Dog fired.
Yeah, could be an emergency press conference coming up. Shirley Rhodes, thank you as always. Shirley, do you have another edition of Name That Sound tomorrow?
I am working on it as we speak.
All right, good enough. We got a good show coming up because Noah Henderson will join us in studio. We'll talk to the big fella about being picked up by the Buffalo Bills. Also, another former Pirate of yesteryear, Jason Nichols, will join Cranman and I coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. We got that. We got Brandon Manning to recap ECU North Carolina, and we have a tie game if Starling gets in, which he does. It is 1-1 out at Clark LeClaire Stadium on a base hit by Jacob Jenkins Coward. We'll recap it with B-Man coming up on Thursday. Name That Sound and more. We'll talk to you then. For Shirley Rhodes, Big Dog, I'm Clip Brock. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks